Holy crap. We made it. We got everything up and running. Sorry, it took a little longer. We had a little kerfuffle that had to be resolved before we could get everything going correctly. So we're on. We've got shit locked down. We're ready to go. So welcome back, everybody. School is back in session. And I'm pretty excited because even though we had to say goodbye to a few friends, we're saying hello to a new friend. So I don't know if you are familiar with her work, but it's Lizzie the Strange, not Lestrange. So keep that in mind. She is not a displaced Hogwarts character. She is an awesome ASMR content creator on YouTube. So make sure that you go check her out, and the rest of the cast. You have Sammy, Riley, Caitlin, and I'm surprised right now that they aren't trolling me because they already threatened that they were going to while I'm talking to you and you can't hear them.
Everybody just starts screaming.
But okay, now they're gonna start. So here we go.
Don't tempt me.
So yeah, there's that. And yeah, we have a lot going on. There's we'll start it off with a kind of an update, like a catch up, and a little bit of the story shift, so that it's not just like a light switch, they're gone and now we're just moving forward. This is going to be kind of a setup, and from there we're going to actually pick up the new story. And we'll have to introduce somebody else. So let's see what our dear friend Lizzie is going to bring to the table. So let's go over. Let's go say hello to everybody because they're all here and they're waiting patiently. So here we go. Say
Patient
hi.
is a strong word.
Yeah, that's true. Hello, everyone. Let's just make sure you guys talk. Make sure everyone can hear you.
Hello.
I'm seeing the yellows. Everyone's good. I'm seeing sound going through. All right, good.
So much space. Look at this.
Yeah, I know. It's like we don't need the role play space anymore because you guys are actually in this one. Your images are bigger than the RP screen, so we can just use this from now on. And let me go. You guys are on this map right here at the moment, which is a map of Strixhaven itself. So Lizzie, you should now be able to see everything.
Yeah, I was mega zoomed in. I've just realized it's bigger than what I thought.
Yeah, you can scroll it out. You can, it starts off. It starts off that way, but you can scroll out on maps and things like that. Wait till you actually get to interact with a map that has lighting on it. Those are quite fun. So where we left off, they had an interesting night in the, I don't know, what would we call it? It's not a dorm room. It's not, you can't call it a sorority or a fraternity. Should we just, I don't know. It's not a group home. That sounds like you guys are retired.
Lodging, yeah.
The homestead.
Yeah.
And there was a night of drinking and lots of cheese eating and yes, cheese. And there was a game of, what was it called?
What the
What
fuck
the fuck is up with that?
What the fuck is up with that? Yes, where they would have to ask a question. The person who rolled the highest got to ask the person who rolled the lowest the question, and then there was consequences if you didn't answer it. You had to drink, and they were drinking some heavy stuff, and it went as you would expect. A lot of people ended up getting drunk, except for Boardley. Boardley doesn't drink alcohol. It's not good for you, and it kills brain cells. So, but then there was the introduction of somebody's little private, I don't know what you would call it.
Chaos
Your-
device.
Yeah, your let's break the ice with these glasses
They're
that
magnificent.
apparently shows you if like somebody's level of physical attraction to you, how they see you, how physically attractive that they find you. It was a sad little story that a very unfortunate looking gnome tried to make an item that would help him find love. So he made those glasses thinking that he had succeeded and that it would help him find love. And it turned out that all they did was show superficial physical attraction. So it didn't show the deeper feelings of love, and even later doesn't show you that either. Will never display that. So the poor little gnome never got to find anyone. It never showed any interest on anyone. So he thought the glasses were an utter failure and tossed them in the trash. So how Azalea got a hold of them, well, that's her own little private story. But in the end, little gnome did find love. But now those glasses are a bit of an interesting talking piece because they still show you that kind of stuff. It just didn't work for the little gnome. Sad. So it ended up being a very interesting end to that night. You had a bunch of drunk people looking at each other through these glasses and finding out what everyone else thought of you, how attractive they found you, which is definitely strange when you add alcohol. So the night ended at that point. Everyone went off to their respective rooms, beds. And now, come the morning, it is the morning after. And as usual, since Boardley did not drink at all, Boardley is up early and making breakfast, as he usually does. And one by one, each of you will emerge from your rooms. So I'll let you all describe how that happens, because you all partook and imbibed, and it's up to you to decide in what state you find yourself that following morning. So let's begin with Azalea.
So Oz only had 1 to 2 drinks last night, so Azalea isn't really hungover. Just kind of taking it slow, waking up, realizing the day's starting. So Oz wants to get her butt in gear.
All right, so you'd get up probably shortly after Boardley. Nobody wakes up earlier than Boardley. Boardley likes to get the day going quickly, and he likes to wake up so that he can make people breakfast. And it must be spring, because now I need to take some Claret. My eyes feel like glass.
Yes.
I have really bad seasonal allergies. They suck.
Just never heard the term "my eyes feel like glass."
Yeah, broken glass. It's like they're just.
Feels like.
Yeah,
I thought like allergies were a myth until 2 years ago, and now just everything gets me.
Oh yeah, no, they're not a myth. It is an unpleasant thing. So let's say that Azalea, you're probably first to wake up. We'll go with that. So you pop out. Take it from there.
Oz would head down the stairs and kind of evaluate the situation to see what's going on with Boardley. Kind of poke her head around, see if anybody else is awake. Oz is not necessarily ready to take on the energy of Boardley at the start of the day, but does want to greet him. So I think she would quietly, hey Boardley, good morning.
So as you come down the stairs, just to preface, the stairs lead down and come out into the common room where you guys spent the night. And you notice that all the dirty dishes, the glasses and things like that, some leftover cheese, is still sitting out on the table. Which strikes you as odd, because Boardley is pretty anal about it. You can hear him around the corner cooking. And you can hear the mechanical clank and whir of friend moving around the kitchen helping.
Mm-hmm.
So you come around, you like peek around the corner. You can see him, his back, he's showing you his shell as
Mm-hmm.
he's, working over the stove,
Yeah.
cooking the food. And you issue that good morning. And he you notice that he kind of like jumps a little.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Miss Azalea.
Bordley, what are you making this morning? It smells great down here.
Well, I'm trying to use some of the some of the other foods, the ingredients that are probably gonna end up going bad. I don't want to throw them away.
Do you need help cleaning up, Bordley?
No, I'll get that after breakfast. That's fine. He still hasn't turned around.
Okay. I think Oz would kind of take his body language as he's not really willing to talk, which I don't think she'd press the issue. I think she'd kind of meander away from the kitchen and from the common room and kind of go a little away from the scene of the crime last night.
Yeah,
The
that's
scene of the
fine.
chaos.
That's fine. Probably a good way to do that would be like out the back door towards the garden area.
Mm-hmm. I think Oz would definitely take this quiet time for herself and just go outside.
Okay. All right, so let's pull over to Lady Cardia then. How badly did Lady Cardia drink? Did she?
No, she has learned her lesson. She learned her lesson from Once Upon a Time. So, but she did have like 1.5, which for a small owl is a pretty okay amount. So she isn't quite like hung over, but she didn't sleep that well last night. And so most of her feathers are kind of like boop in the back, which you don't really see a lot on her.
Oh.
So
Oh.
she's just kind of a little disheveled. She's more tired than anything else. But in really good mood, just in general, like she's in a good mood. She kind of stumbles out of her room and first sees Ozalia kind of hanging out. I was like, "Hi, good morning. I hope you slept okay."
Good morning, lady. How are you feeling today?
I'm tired. I'm pretty tired, but I had a lot of fun last night. And then she's gonna turn to Boardley and just say, "Good morning, Boardley.
Good morning, Lady Cardia.
Did you get some sleep last night?
I'm fine.
But did but did you get some sleep last
Um, are we talking define some? Are we talking a percentage of standards or an aggregate over a week or months?
night? Good at math. And I'm not sure. I don't know some of the words that you use for that. So, did you get at least 3 hours of sleep last night?
I'll put my Boardly glasses on so I can RP. He hasn't shown. He's like his back is to everyone. He's not looking directly at anyone. And let me calculate. That would be 3.76 hours of sleep over the night. Not all at once, but that is probably the total.
Lady kind of gives him a funny look, but she's thrown off by his mood, but even more thrown off by the numbers that are coming out right now. It's just math has never been her strong suit. So she just kind of is like, "Okay, well, I'm glad you got 3 hours, a little more than 3 hours." And then she just kind of heads on over to Azalea and plops down in front of her, and maybe they'll talk about the weather in the morning and friendship.
He just continues on, working at the stove. And then we'll move over to Lady Charlotte. Miss Charlotte,
Hmm.
how does the day find you?
Um, so Charlotte wakes up and immediately starts to converse with Volpini. I think that was the most I've ever drank last night, girl. And that's not saying a lot because I've never drank a lot before. Um, but I can kind of feel it a little bit in my stomach. You know what I'm saying? I know you can't speak back to me, but um, I just, yeah. But I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to get some breakfast, but I'll let you out first. And she goes over to there's a window in a room. She unlatches the window. You go and get your breakfast now, girl.
Volpini does that, like I'm wrapped in a clump of your blankets, little nest, and she gets up and she does that stretching thing where the front paws come out first and then, moves. She does it looks like they do yoga, front paws, and then it goes like stretching out the back legs. And then she goes through a process of preening the feathers on her wings and using her paws to preen the feathers around her head. And then she glides over to the a short glide over to the window ledge, and then just kind of like just quietly, nonchalantly leaps out and flies off into the oh, who did we lose?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
Taylor's
there you
back.
are.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Flies off into the morning sunlight.
I think Charlotte just stares, just watches her fly off, and then looks to the side of the window. And at this point, she's got the painting of what she thinks is her father now framed and hanging up on the wall, and she just smiles
Mm-hmm.
at that, and gets lost in thought for a couple of seconds, and then starts to put her robes on and wanders downstairs. And if she still hears Bordley in the kitchen, she'll call out and say, "Good morning, Bordley. I think I need something quite greasy on the stomach this morning, so hopefully, maybe some bacon you've got in, that'll be quite nice."
You too notice the dishes from the night before have not been cleaned up in the common room.
That's
So
Tuesday.
so you head out towards the kitchen to where Bordley is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make sure you'll have what you need, Charlotte.
I don't mean to pry, Bordley, but it's not like you to, I don't want it to seem that, the onus is on you to do all the cleaning and stuff. Obviously, I want to help, and probably the rest of the girls do as well. But it's a bit odd that things aren't quite tidy down here this morning. Is everything okay? To me, that would say something's not right.
You can see that his shoulders kind of drop as he pauses for a minute. I'll get to it after. I apologize. I woke up a little late this morning, so I wanted to make sure that you all had something to eat before I went around and did the cleaning. So
You don't need to apologize. It's not the fact that you haven't done it. It's just why. That's what I'm worried about.
well, breakfast is almost ready, so why don't you take a seat and I'll have all the plates out on the table very shortly.
Okay, don't push yourself too much. She'll walk over to where Azalea and Lady Caldera are and say, Is something not quite right with Bordley? Do you guys pick up on that as well?"
A little bit, but he also just didn't sleep super well last night.
Yeah,
Mm.
he isn't acting himself, but I don't think we should push him.
Yeah, maybe he's just hasn't got as much energy if he hasn't slept as well.
Yeah. Maybe we should do something nice for him today. What's something small we could do right now, guys?
We could just start to tidy up instead of him doing it.
Or we could ask him about his favorite subject in school.
You
That
all
might
get
work
to the
as well.
table. You're all moving to the table at this point.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
only
Mhm.
4 plates.
Okay, now I'm kind of more on your guys' side. Maybe this is kind of weird.
Well, maybe you know, maybe the lack of sleep, he's just like he's forgot to put some of the plates out, or maybe the rest of the girls have already they've already woken up and went out for the day. So
Yeah, we might need to clean up some more plates too. That could be it.
No, there's enough plates.
what do you mean?
What do you mean?
And he turns around and you can just see like his face is just like he looks heartbroken. His little turtle face is just kind of drawn. Eyes are sad. Glasses are smudged and not clean from cooking. Here. And he pulls out from one of his satchels. And there's just a bit of rolled parchment. And he puts it on the table.
I'm guessing we're supposed to read this.
Yeah.
I'll open
If you want to. I mean, I can just summarize it if you really want me to.
I'll pick it up and unravel it.
So you're unraveling it, and Bordley just begins a summary of it. Well, basically, it looks like Dax and Fenris have decided to leave school, and well, by that I mean also leave the house as well. They gave me the letter in the middle of the night, and basically what it says is that Fenris was afraid of getting all of you into and me into trouble with what's going on with her family, and she doesn't want anyone to come to harm. So since she and Dax had a relationship, they well, she said she never really felt like she belonged at this school anyway, and Dax was, well, Dax. So they both decided to leave. And they told me that I couldn't say anything until this morning. And then there's Waywocket. Waywocket got up early this morning, even before me, and I didn't really sleep too well last night, so... And she said her goodbyes, but she said there was something really important, that she needed that book about dragons and the Council of Scales. Something to do with her village was in danger from a dragon, and that book was the information that she needed to save her family and, well, the rest of her family and the village, the clan, the Stogan Bar. So she said her goodbyes, and she left too. She left early this morning. And then he just kind of like plops into the chair, like completely forgetting the food that's sitting on the counter.
Lady would kind of look around at the fact that obviously like everybody's upset and sad, and she even takes a moment and says that, like, kind of has her moment of being sad, but like Lady kind of does, she like turns to the rest of the group and is like, well, I I mean, uh, I guess Fenris was trying to protect us and help us, and if Waywocket had stuff to do at home, I I'm glad that she actually went to go do it, and I'm a little sad cuz I'll miss them a whole bunch, but it doesn't feel like they, completely left us. It just felt like they had to go help their other friends, but at least we're still here and have each other, and there's a whole school out there, so maybe we'll even make more friends. That could be really cool. And kind of goes to like pat Bordley on the head.
He takes the pat. He doesn't, he just kind of nods slightly.
she pats with more love.
Oh. You would feel a chill in the air as Bordley's reading this scroll out loud and telling everybody. Auxilia is used to abandonment and used to losing people, but this one hurts. But she does feel a sense of calm from Lady Cardia's words, and the words ring true to her that we were there and helped them. So Oz would say to the group, uh, "Lady, you're right. We were a part of their journey and a part of helping them, and I'm so glad we could. I'm I am sad too, though." And you can feel more of this energy from her when she speaks those words coming out, and it's almost like the room has dropped in temperature.
And Lady would reach out real quick and just kind of wave Azalea over while she's patting Bordley and offer her other feather if she would like some head pats.
Yes, and Azalea would. Azalea accepts them.
I I want to look at this with a positive light, like you two, and I agree with what you said. But I'm just going to be honest and speak my heart, because that's all I know, and it hurts. I I wish there was a world in which they could have said goodbye at least. We spent, I don't know, 2 months together. We could have died together. We've fought together. I've never had real love like this before. So for it to just be gone without a goodbye is tough. It's really tough. I I wish them the best. I know what they've done is for their own good, and I'll never question that. Just hope that it's not truly a goodbye, just more of a see you later.
And Pardea just again just like everybody could get some if you want some, Charlotte.
You do manage to break Charlotte, and she cracks a smile.
Even Bordley starts to smile a little bit.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, where's Volpini? She should be in this.
Well, she's probably out getting some mice somewhere. I don't know. You know what she's like. I don't want to disturb her.
Okay, that's okay. And she just keeps
She's
like
she's quite an
between all of
intelligent
them.
girl. I'm pretty sure she's worked it out herself already.
Lady's just still patting everybody, just kind of in like a weird like circle rotation. I know, I know we're all sad, and I think if we want to talk about it, we should, and it'll help us all feel better. Sorry. But I don't know, how do you guys, should we maybe eat a little something too? We could clean up together.
Yeah, well, I cooked. I cooked breakfast. It's actually kind of a big breakfast, and he starts to pick up a little bit. Because, I mean, there was all the food that, well, the others liked, and I didn't want it to go bad, so I made a really big breakfast. So, I hope you like what I made for them, for you, and, just to make sure that we don't waste anything. And he gets up and he starts collecting the serving plates and bringing them over to the table.
And Lady does take a moment too to just hug Charlotte specifically and is like, it's okay also if you're upset. You're allowed to be upset as long as you want. And I'll just keep looking forward positively for the both of us. But you take whatever time you need, okay?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'll be okay too. I mean, we're good.
You too, Bordley.
Remember, he's math. He always tries to make sure everyone is included in the equation.
We've forgotten him a few times too, so I feel he's like, me too. I as well.
Don't forget about Boardley. Still here.
So, after breakfast, I need to work on Friend a little bit. I have some upgrades that I need to give him. Them? Yeah, I'll call it a them. But could we go out tonight? I heard of this other place that's actually on school grounds. It's called the Bow's End Tavern.
Is it like a library bar?
Well, no. I guess it has some pretty good food. But a lot of the other students go there, and another friend of mine that I met in the library recommended it to us. He said we should go check it out. So other than that, I don't really know too much.
I might do as well.
I'm just shocked Boardley knows of a party that we didn't, but I'm in.
Boardley, we'd love to hang out tonight. That would be great.
Great. That's
Walker
awesome.
might be gone, but she certainly had an effect on you, I think, Boardley.
Well, I think all of you have. You guys helped me come out of my shell. Get it? That was, and he starts pointing to his shell.
I got it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start cleaning up the living room, and then I'll go do my work, and then we'll go out tonight.
That's so funny. That's so cute.
So, do you want to? Is it okay if I do the fast forward? Because,
I think
because reasons.
Charlotte would stomach some of the food, and then
as usual, it is good. Boardley can cook, so
yeah. It's just hard to it's hard to eat when you're sad.
Right.
Takes the appetite away.
It is all comfort food, though.
Yeah. And then she would probably just go outside and just reflect on what just transpired.
Okay. All right. So the day passes probably in a little bit of a somber way, but by the afternoon, things are at least starting to kind of pick up. The common room has been cleaned, and food has been put away and restored, and Boardley spent most of the day tinkering inside his room. So you can just hear like the banging of metal and the whir of strange tools, and the that clockwork sound of gears turning. But for the day, he pretty much stays in there, and eventually he comes out, and he'll actually go up to Azalea. Miss Azalea?
Yeah, Boardley?
I kind of need some help.
Okay. How can I help you, Boardley?
So I'm really good at math, right? I love math and physics and chemistry and things like that.
Okay.
What I really don't have is what I've heard people call style.
Okay, Boardley. I can help you with that if it makes you feel any better. I actually don't know much about math or science or physics, but I know a little bit about fashion.
I know, that's why I came to you. I could tell.
Thanks, Wordley. What can we do? What do you have, like a wardrobe? Do you want to go off campus and get something?
If by wardrobe you mean different vests that hold different sets of tools, then yes.
Well, we could style a vest, Boardley.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? How do you do that?
We can just add different accessories. We can play around with what looks good. We can even do a fashion show for the others if you want.
Sure. I guess. "Oh, why don't you come on in and see what we have?" And you go in, and it's all well appointed. Of course, everything is in its place. There's not tools like scattered anywhere, and like everything it's labeled and very orderly. And you can see there are projects in process on his workbench. And he's like, "Well, here's what I have, and that over there," and he points to a small chest. That would be my clothes.
Oz would ask if we could look through it and make sure Bordley's comfortable.
Oh, by all means.
So I think Azalea would walk over with Bordley towards the chest and start holding up different pieces and asking him, out of these two, which one do you like the most? And just kind of asking him questions to see how he feels about going out and what he's looking for
So
tonight.
when you go to this chest,
Mm-hmm.
you open it, it unfolds into like the chest opens up, and inside the top of the chest, these drawers drop down, bunch
Oh.
of drawers come out on the sides and on the front. It like unfolds into this whole affair.
Yeah.
And while it's not, I mean, it is full of clothing, it's all very utilitarian stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It all of the clothes make sense, not style.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of looking through it, and there are some things that have color to them.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up picking out like what you find is like you think is the best that goes with his aquamarine greenish pallor since he's a turtle.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know the difference between the two. I mean, except that one is more of like in a warmer reddish tone, and that one over there has more browns and blues.
Sorry. I wasn't planning on styling a turtle today. This is really funny to have to RP. So Oz would say to Bordley, I think we should go with the red one. It'll stand out, and then you'll be with us, and I have the red hair. So everyone will be looking at this bright colored red that we're gonna show off
Okay.
tonight, Bordley.
Yeah. I'll take your advice, and let's do that then. How about the rest of you? How are you dressing this fine evening?
Charlotte just rides or dies with her robes, so
Yes.
she's just always wizarding 24/7.
What about Lady Cardia?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna go one way and then I decided to go the other. She's gonna wear her mom's robe. Her like
Oh, the big
mom's
cloak, the velvet cloak.
yeah, she's gonna wear that. That's her fancy attire now.
It does have your family crest on it, so.
And she just kind of like walks around downstairs and is just kind of like, yes, I'm ready for our party.
With the big tall hat still?
Oh yeah, which I don't have unpacked yet, but it's just
Giant
magical.
hat. Yeah. And you can see that in their tokens that are kind of scrolling by.
Mhm.
So should we go?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think we should. Bordley.
Excellent. If you don't mind, I'll lead the way, because I know the way. I
like
managed to
this.
find out.
I like this newfound confidence. It's infectious.
Well,
Yeah.
I thank all of you for it. So, like I said, I've never had friends before, and it's all new to me, but I kind of like it.
Will be like you.
Well,
We
thanks.
like being a friend.
All right, let's go chase away these blues with some well, you guys can drink. Alcohol doesn't really do much for me, but
Maybe
make
have,
me
like-
strange.
They maybe have like mocktails for you, like it feels like you're drinking alcohol, but it's just not.
Tastes like it too. And no one
Yeah.
has to know but you and the waiter.
Exactly.
You still look cool.
He always looks cool.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks. He
Sorry,
cleans his
someone.
glasses off.
We don't have Waywalket to protect you.
Well, I guess you guys will have to do that from now on.
Yes.
So you guys head out, and you travel through the town of Gatestead, which is host to the actual dimensional portal that takes you to and from Strixhaven. And as you approach the giant gate, and you can see the building where you checked in for the first time, you're kind of like struck with that little sad nostalgia, because you remember the whole incident of getting Fenris into the school, and it kind of gives you like those little pangs of loss and regret. But you manage to step through the gate, and on the other side is the fantastic world of Strixhaven with its it's basically Hogwarts. We'll just throw it out there. There are the carriages that transport people from the gates to the central square, which is the biblioplex, the giant library. And from there, you'll be able to travel to all points in between. So you board one of the carriages, and it magically takes you down to the center of the school's basically downtown area, and the massive silhouette of the biblioplex rises up before you. Familiar sight, something you can see the excitement on Bordley's face as he sees his favorite building appear. And you depart and leave the carriage, and Bordley, like, it's just down this way, as I was told. So we might actually meet my other friend there. His name is Lurgo. So let's go this way. And he starts doing his his waddle walk, which is very like purposeful. Like his little legs are kind of going, but his arms are like doing this. Like he has to concentrate on walking, it seems. It feels like.
So much.
And you hear the place before you actually see the place. And it's pretty lively in there. Things are there are things happening. And why don't I set the mood?
Ooh, I'm excited.
Let's see.
Got rave music.
Imagine it.
Ooh.
Oh, it's bustling.
What, Sammy? I couldn't hear you over the sound of the chatter.
I said that it's bustling.
It's bustling in here.
Is it too loud?
No.
Okay.
No, we're just
We're just breaking the fourth wall.
I just want to make sure that people can actually hear it. So we'll go with that. Let me turn that down a little bit for me. And we're going to go. And activate. All right, so you should all see. Now, it's dark for you, some of you, right? I want to make sure that y'all can see. The tokens. Charlotte, you should have 60-foot dim vision. Bordley does for different reasons. Probably has something to do with his glasses.
that burp though?
What's that? Oh, that
Someone
started
burp-
it.
Someone
Yeah,
burp in
that
the-
was
in
the
audio.
well, that was actually part of the ambient music. It'll probably come back around at some point.
No, no, it just caught me off.
So yes. All right. So I think Azalea, you're the only one that can't really
I
see.
can't see. No.
Right. So
There's
you would
no
have
way.
light though, wouldn't you? Do you have?
I mean, I have a torch. Last time I checked in my inventory.
Yeah,
but
you
I don't know if-
probably wouldn't have a
Yeah, no.
torch.
and a bar. Yeah. So no, Oz can't. Oz can only really see the table, I think.
Okay. Volpini definitely has. Okay. So that the street is dark-ish. I'm gonna actually give you. I'm gonna give you temporarily. I'm gonna give you dark vision, just so that you can see the area, because the street is still dimly lit,
Mm-hmm.
and it is in the evening, and night is strange here because it is its own little pocket realm. So the lanterns cast in different lights around the area, and you should be able to see, like, you're standing just inside the gate, and there's a patio of like full of tables, currently empty, but the doors to the nightclub are in front of you, and they are closed, and you can definitely hear the bustling sound coming from inside. So, game is now unpaused, and you may actually control your tokens. And Lizzie, you should see yours, yes?
I do.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just want to make sure that you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! There's that burp. Oh, it's so weird, and like, cause it's like,
He's taking in too much gas.
yeah, it's like
You can hear it
3-dimensional,
before.
so it was in like one ear.
That's amazing. Is it something that I could actually... There's got to be a burp in there.
Oh my gosh! No way! You're gonna loop a burp in our ears.
I think, well, I'm just seeing if it's... Yeah, there's burps and drinking noises is its own thing. So it plays a random set of stuff. That's pretty funny.
That's so funny.
Do we just walk in? Is this one of the situations where someone comes and gets us, or do we just like?
No, it's free and open for everyone. And Bordley just kind of steps up,
Okay, you take the lead, Bordley.
and he opens the door.
Oh my gosh.
One of you guys go first.
Jalia?
I think
You wanna-
Oz. Yeah, I think Oz would take the lead. Unwillingly, but would.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Blink.
For the new people here, you should know that I enjoy making maps.
Oh, it's so good.
So you guys enter the place, and you see what you see. There's people all over the place. There's more than just the tokens. There are scrubs that I'm not going to put out that many tokens for. Just generally moving around, milling about, and having a good time. So now we're going to put pause on the rest of you. Ileana, sitting at the table that you and your roommates have basically claimed for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Cards displayed and splayed out before you, stacked, ready to be dealt. Hands in hand, as your 4 roommates look on. They're staring at each other back and forth. You can see, you know exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to do what you know how to do very well, and they're trying to look for the flaw in everyone's game. Look for that tell that everyone has, but most people can't find. So what I'm going to need from you at this point is to make a tools check,
Okay.
which I added to your character sheet. You can see the playing cards. You scroll down on your skills section. It would be down the
Yeah.
bottom.
I see it. Yeah, I
So
can
all
do
you
it.
have to do is you need to click on that, and it'll
Yeah.
actually show up. You're actually making
Roll
the
the
first
twelve. I
roll
rolled
of
an
the night.
18.
Oh, you might. You know what? Yeah, you probably don't have the. We'll get the extension turned on later.
Okay.
That will actually export the roll to the virtual
I see.
tabletop. So you got an 18, right?
Yeah.
Now you need to make another roll, and you get to take the highest of the two. This is called rolling with advantage.
Ooh, okay. Let's go.
Because you have insight trained,
22.
Oh,
so you got a 22.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So let me bring this up here. There's yours. So you can see on Diesel's face, he's a half orc.
Okay.
He gets this kind of like nervous thing that he does with his eyes. They kind of like kind of move quickly and dart back and forth between all of the other players when he actually has a bad hand, and you know he's about to bluff.
Yeah.
And then over in the corner, you see Wendell, who is a satyr, and he has a hard time keeping like anything secret. And he's, you know, when he has a good thing, it's always bubbling on the surface. So you can see that he's really trying hard to hide this excited look on his face. So you know that he's got a good hand. So in this case, you realize you're going to need to call. Well, actually, you're going to need to keep raising until he folds. So you're going to have to keep adding to the pot and making him nervous, because you know that he still suffers from a lot of self-doubt in this kind of a game situation. And that's the best way to get him to drop, because he probably has more than likely has a better hand than you, because all you're sporting is 2 pair and you're low on those suits. And then there's over on the opposite side is Nandy. And Nandy is a halfling, female halfling, and she goes out of her way. She's one of those people that works so hard at not having a tell, like tries so hard to not have that so hard to have that poker face, that she ends up giving everything away, because when she does that kind of stuff, when she goes that stoic, you know she's also going to try and overbet the pot for probably a similar hand to yours. Not a good one. She's going to try and pretend that it's better than it is. And the last one is Norb. Yes, Norb. Norb is a dwarven male who wears his beard in the strangest way that you've ever seen. He's a younger dwarf, and his beard is very long, but he has it split down the middle off of his chin. He has each side braided, but then each side curls up again and ties into a braided top knot on the top of his head. So his beard kind of literally does like a loop around and comes back up and ties onto the top of his head. It's that long. He always has this confused look on his face. Like he doesn't understand the game. So he's probably your hardest read, but because of his lack of confidence in the game, he'll just get so confused by what you're planning to do to Wendell, that he'll just fold. So first and foremost, Diesel's like looking at everyone.
Yeah.
I call. Like when Wendell is like, oh yes, you call, do you? Fine. I will see it and I will raise you, and puts more coins into the pot.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cycles around over to you.
Mm-hmm.
Which means at this point you'll either have to call it or raise.
Okay.
So in this case, you want to make Wendell afraid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So by raising, you'll easily call Diesel's bluff. He's going to get nervous. But you're going to have to make Wendell afraid because he actually has probably a better hand than you.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. So, Eliana's just sat looking over her cards with the utmost confidence. You're right, Diesel. I can see the sweat on your brow. And then she'll look over at Wendell and she'll be like, Oh, Norb. So you've gone for an interesting look with your beard. You look a bit like a pretzel. And then she'll have a look at her cards again and go, all right, Wendell. I'll raise you. Let's go.
So you toss a couple more coins into the pot.
Yeah. Your turn.
Nandy comes up, little halfling. I don't want anything to do with this one. I fold. And she just puts her cards down. And comes around to Norb, the dwarf.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do again? So you called the pot. You raised the pot. You raised again. He points over at you. And what's that? Nandy's out. Is that what that means?
Yeah, she's folded.
So what am I supposed? If I want to stay in, I need. What do I need to add? Oh, bugger all. Fuck it. And he just throws his cards down on the table.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. Another one bites the dust. Well, if you don't know how to play, you shouldn't have sat at the table, should you? Right then.
So it comes back around to Diesel. Now Diesel either has to call or raise.
Yeah.
My call. Comes back around to Diesel. I mean, to Wendell. I'm going all in. How about that? And he pushes all of his coins forward. Wait, no. Not all in. I still need to pay for food. And he pulls some of it back. And he eyes you.
Yeah.
So now if you go all in, the only option for them to stay in is to go all in.
Yeah. Alright then. Let's see.
Now remember, you want to call Wendell's... You want to make Wendell nervous, and it doesn't matter because you're going to call Diesel's bluff. So you're probably going to straight out beat Diesel.
Yeah. Alright then, lads. You only live once. I'm all in.
All right, so you push all your coins forward.
Yeah.
Wendell, comes back around to Diesel. Well, I'm out. And he just drops his cards. And
Thought as much.
Wendell gives you a hard stare. Starts stroking his little goatly beard. You can't have that good of a... And... bugger all, you with your... Oh, fine. And he just throws down his cards. And he turns his cards over, and you see he actually has 4 of a kind. So they're like, well, what did you have? Do you share your hand? You are not obliged to share your hand. And as a well-practiced card player, it's not a good thing to show your hands because then they can start calculating what your tells might be.
Yeah, exactly. So Ileana just looks at her cards and she says, "Ha! I knew it would be child's play." And then she just puts her arms around all the coins in the table and just scrapes them towards her and just
What the
breaks out in
fuck?
laughter.
What the fuck? Again with you, and why do we even play cards with you? Yeah, I know. I'm tired of losing coins every week. Get together
Don't be
because
like
this was
that,
supposed
lad.
to be fun. Yeah, well, it's not fun for me. Me neither.
Well, I can't help it if you're sore losers, can I? You know
Well-
I'm good at this game.
How about this? How about you go find somewhere else to stay? Because we've all talked, and we're not going to put up with this anymore. We can't afford you to be one of our roommates. We could barely
You've
scrape
all
by and pay
talked.
for our. Oh, come on.
Is this how it is? You guys, do you think the same? You've all had a little talk, have you? Behind my back? Great. Well,
Yes, we have all spoken, and Nandy's like, yeah, and I don't like how you dress, and Norb's like,
you little cow.
did we? What? When was this conversation? I don't really remember. But Norb, you remember? We were all in agreement. She's out.
Right then. Well, thanks a bloody lot. Don't want to know you anyway. You know what? I don't need you guys. Sore losers, pain in my arse. So I'm glad to be rid of you. Screw all of you.
They all
And Ileana
collect
just
their
pushes her chair
stuff,
back.
and they
and-
like in a huff, just kind of like,
Yeah.
start heading out. Come on, lads.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Yeah.
So back to the
Ileana.
other crew.
Oh, yeah.
We'll slide over. You guys come in and you're scanning the room, and you're checking the place out. It's pretty lively. There are magical lamps that are hung all around this bar, this tavern, that are constantly shifting light. So it's literally magical RGB lighting that's just kind of like constantly going around. There's a lot of like stuff happening. There's a lot of different people just eating, talking, drinking. Some people are playing like some kind of like tavern games in one side, and you are looking around and you can't help but notice the kerfuffle that goes on in the corner, and you can see what looked like a card game. Like you catch it just at the end of the card game, right? Just at the point where this and why don't you at this point describe yourself, Ileana?
So, what, my character or my
Yes,
situation?
your character. What they see.
Okay. So what they're seeing when they look at Ileana is the half green, half black, kind of punk pirate vibes. Bit of an outcast. She's dressed smartly but still slightly rough. She's got sort of pirate boots on with a buckle that clangs around when she walks. She's quite light-footed, however. She's small build, about 5'1", and she's got a big pirate hat on, which is covering underneath two very cute cat ears, as she is a Vexani, so she is half human, half cat. And she wears the hat because she doesn't always want to give away that she's a Vexani. Especially when she gets involved in these games. She doesn't want to give anything away, no tells, so she conceals that. She's got sort of a dirty sort of white shirt underneath a leather waistcoat. She's got loads of rings on her fingers that are quite chunky. But the rest of her is quite lightweight because she's quite agile for being part feline, part human. And she's stylish, but still kind of rough around the edges because of the nature of her personality and being a adventurer.
Should we call it roguish chic?
Yes, roguish chic. I think that's a
There we
great
go.
way of explaining how she is. Yeah.
So you catch it just at the point where she's reaching across the table and dragging this pile of coins back towards herself among some scattered cards. and you catch that whole final confrontation where the other 4 individuals at the table cuss her out and basically kick her to the curb. You could see that they're basically telling her that she's no longer welcome at whatever dormitory or house that they were sharing together. One thing that stands out, though, to Azalea is you immediately recognize the accent, and there's a little bit of a twist to it. There's a little bit of something that you don't recognize to it, but she's speaking like a native East Pointer, like somebody that like grew up inside of Tempest Gate, which is the main city of East Point in the 4 Point Isles. So like straight up accent, same accent that you have.
And Oz can easily hear this and is in earshot of.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's calling them out. She's cussing them out back like you guys suck. So you hear that. And she finds herself now sitting alone at a larger empty table, counting coins.
Oz would turn to the others in the group and say, "Would you guys want to check on her over there? Something just happened, and I think it would be best." Oz doesn't really want to give away that maybe there's another reason why, but Oz is concerned for another woman.
Well, we're a couple of people down today, and she looks like she's just lost a couple of people as well, so maybe we could do with each other.
I think it's a good idea, Charlotte.
Bordley just turns to, I actually see my friend over there. I'm gonna go talk to him for a minute, and then maybe we'll come back and I'll introduce you to him too.
Perfect.
Okay. And he kind of like waddles, and you can see he's like, excuse me, coming through, down below. And he's just trying to, he's got that big bulky shell, so he's like trying to squeeze through a crowded room. And you see he just disappears into the crowd. So
Right, let's head over.
Yeah.
So the 3 of you approach.
Yeah.
So the first thing that's going to go through Ileana's mind is, oh, maybe there's 3 more people that would like to lose money to you tonight. So these people are gone. And they have dispersed. Okay, so you guys can join.
Charlotte looks at Ozalia as if to say to take the lead.
So Oz kind of gets a little. Went the wrong way. Gets a little closer towards Ileana and says, "Excuse me, we happen to hear everything that just went down. Are you okay?"
And Ileana looks up as she was still counting her coins, says, "Oh, you're right. I like your outfit. I like the red. It looks nice."
Ileana, you recognize that accent too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's speaking in a basically an East Pointer accent.
Okay. Ileana says, "Wait a minute. I recognize that accent because we sound the same, kinda. So, where exactly are you from then?"
I'm from the 4 Point Isles.
Oh, that's where I'm from as well. No way. What a small world we live in.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you guys fancy a game, maybe?
Sorry. I think Oz would turn to the other 2 to give them a little speaking room.
Nice to meet you. I'm Charlotte. This is Volpini. And she looks and points to this creature next to her. And it's a combination of a owl and a fox. Well, I think I just saw what just happened here, and I don't want to be the next victim of that. So I'm probably gonna have to turn you down there. It's probably just a lost cause at this point, but I would definitely like to sit and converse for sure. But yeah, nice to meet you.
Well, it's lovely to meet you as well, and wicked bird fox pet thing you've got there. I've not seen one of them in a while. Fair enough.
She's a special girl.
Yeah, she looks wonderful. I myself have a little pet, but I don't tend to show him much because he's, he's just for me. But maybe you'll get to know him, if we end up maybe becoming friends or something. Anyway, it's fine that you don't want to play. A lot of people lose to me, so I can't really blame you, to be honest. But sure, we can have a little chat. Be nice to get to know you guys. Those dirty, rotten scoundrels, but they weren't worth it anyway. You guys actually seem nice.
Oz would gesture a little closer and kind of make way so everyone can start to sit down around the table.
Lady will just like isn't quite she's not quite sitting. She's like kind of awkwardly standing behind Azalea. Like she hasn't said anything. And she's also for some reason kind of like the wall is right here. So she's like behind Azalea, kind of just like looking at the wall for some reason.
Well, it's actually a window, so you're looking out a window.
She's looking out the window.
Why don't we go between the three of you? Why don't start with Azalea? Why don't you guys describe what you look like to Lizzie, since she has never seen or heard these descriptions before?
That's great. So Azalea is a 5 foot tall human. She is a storm sorcerer, so she physically gives off some unique energy depending on her mood, depending on the scenario, this weather. I mean, anything can make this girl's physical energy noticeable and change in a matter of a second. Someone wrote in chat what kind of sorcerer. It's a storm sorcerer. So Azalea has black hair with red in the front. The red is her natural hair, but she tries to hide it. And she has bright lavender eyes. Yeah, can't think of anything else.
Lady Cardia.
So she's so small. She's just a little small owl, and she doesn't usually have much on her. Usually it's kind of like a very old robe. She basically has like one robe and then her school robes, but now she has this blue satin robe that has the crest of her family on it that used to be her mom's. She always has a hat on her head, and it does have an ability that I haven't even used yet, but I'm waiting for the right time. But that's why she usually has it on, and she's just a cute little, almost like barn owl looking, but like a little, like more like a mix between a barn owl and just like a great horned owl, where it's just like a really white face. She has really wide set eyes, but a smaller beak, and she's just kind of a like small, stumpy little owl. But she's cute. And she's looking out the window.
Basically looks like a living owl plushie.
I love it. Oh.
And Charlotte?
Charlotte is an elven girl around about 5'9" in height. She has a soft, pale ivory complexion, long locks of blonde hair parted down the middle, bright blue eyes. She wears glasses very similar to the ones I'm wearing. You can see her elven ears sticking out the sides, and she has a set of 2 flowers in her hair that look like space buns. And she's wearing these long wizard robes with frilled ends and large hanging sleeves. They're mainly like a deep navy blue color with some accents of yellow, and she's wearing high-topped brown leather boots.
Nope. Oh, those are really good imageries.
Why don't you give more of a better description of Volpini? Because Volpini is basically a red fox with kind of like it is a barn owl face. It's like the bright white face, or more like a snowy owl, but it has red feathers in the back that match the fur, right?
I mean, you pretty much nailed it there. So there's a mixture of fur and feathers going on here. The fox parts are the classic burnt orange, and like Matt just described, the owl sections, the owl portions are very white. She's got these black void-like owl eyes. She has 2 fox ears at the front of her head and a foxtail coming out the back. And it's just this blend of fox and an owl in one.
Amazing.
So yes.
So, this probably is a stupid question, but I'm guessing are you a student here, or what's going on?
Yeah, I am a student. Yeah. Well,
First
actually,
year?
yeah, I'm quite interested in history, a bit of an adventurer, that sort of thing.
You're probably
Um,
still wearing the brooch that lets you go in and out of the portal, so you can tell that she's a
Oh.
Lorehold student.
Mm.
Oh, you're Lorehold. That makes sense if you said you're into history.
Oh, yeah, the
Well,
brooch.
I'm a Prismari student along with Ozalia here.
Correct.
We're first years as well, so it's all a bit new to us. And
Oh,
this
amazing.
nightlife is a bit new to me as well, so I'm kind of getting used to it. But it's fun when you're part of a group. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of live in these places most of the time. I like a bit of sense of drama now and again. It just kills the boredom. But
Doesn't it feel like home, Ileana?
yeah, it does actually. Yeah, and you would know. But yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, apart from you meet some awful people like those that just left. But anyway, they're behind me now, and
Were
it's done.
Were you living with those guys?
I was, yeah. Ugh, I hadn't really thought about it.
Well, if you
What I'm gonna
if you
do next.
if you need a place to stay for the night, we've had a couple of vacancies in our house, so I'm sure you could stop with us until you get something sorted out.
Really? Is that all right? Are you all right with that, guys? And Liliana just kind of looks sort of hopeful, but doesn't want to become too overbearing with it because she's sort of got some drawbacks just in case she gets rejected. Like she just
No,
she looks at the other guys and sees what they think.
We'd have to talk to our other friend Bordley, their other roommate, but when they're here with us, so when they come over, as long as they're okay with it.
Speaking of that, you hear a crash, like some glass,
No.
some glass breaking, and you can hear what sounds like a couple of chairs being knocked over, and some of the area you can see opposite where you are starts to kind of quiet down, and like it's like people kind of part, and you can hear some what sounds like arguing, but you see this form of a large bald head rise above the crowd, broad-shouldered, wearing basically a set of very loose-fitting robes, and you can see then beyond, over the crowd, you can see both his arms come up, like on either side, like rise up, and in each of his arms, like each of his hands, you can see he's palming somebody's head, and he's holding them up, like, and you can see the two people that he's holding up are like trying to beat on each other, like kicking at each other and this and that, and you can just see him, and he's like addressing them, and he's like, "There's no need for any kind of violence. We are all here to have fun. So how about we just calm down, enjoy some food, some music, and play some games. What do you say?" And he turns the guy's like head to face him, and the guy just kind of like goes slack. "Fine. And you?" "Yeah." "Good. Now remember, when I put you down, you both go your separate ways, and there'll be no trouble. Right? Good." And you can see his arms lower, and nothing else happens. And he just kind of like, he's looking around, he's looking down, and you can see he puts a wreath of flowers on his head and kind of adjusts it on his bald head. And you can see he's talking to someone. You can't really see what he's talking about. But then he looks over his shoulder, he turns, and he looks directly on your direction. And you can see he nods, and he starts moving in your direction. And the crowd just parts. like the sea around this massive form. And eventually he comes into view, and you can see he's being led by Bordley.
Oh,
And Bordley comes up, and he has this kind of like excited look on his face. And he's like, hey guys, this is the friend I was telling you about. He's the one that told me about this place.
oh,
And you can see this guy is massive. He is clear. He's a Goliath. And while he doesn't have, he's built more like a leaner sumo wrestler than somebody like that's like a bodybuilder kind of thing.
mhm.
So he's a little thick, but not, unhealthy. He's strong. You can tell he could hurt something if he needed to. And he has this like beautiful wreath of flowers all over his head, and he's wearing these loose, comfortable robes that seem to be designed for flexibility and ease of movement. And he looks over and gives you all a very it's a very empathetic looking smile. Like he's looking at you and he's considering you, and he gives you this kind of vibe that he has your best interest at heart. Like, he's the big brotherly figure, the gentle giant kind of thing. And Borley's like, let me introduce you. This is my friend Lurgo, and over here we have Lady Cartia, and then there's Azalea, and he points, obviously to Azalea, and over here is Charlotte, and that's Volpini, and he pauses and points over to Ileana. Do we have another new friend?
We do
And-
this. Oh, can I step in?
I just wanted to describe what
Oh, okay.
Ileana sees. So Bordley is a turtle. And a turtle is basically an anthropomorphic turtle person. So think like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
But-
wow.
He's an utter nerdly looking, like he's got these big round spectacles, and I actually you can see those, like giant round spectacles that are constantly sliding down his little beak nose. And he's dressed like his clothes are more utility than style, but it looks like somebody has tried to embellish it a little bit. And but otherwise he has this bright smile on his face and this quizzical look in his eyes. So go ahead, Charlotte.
Yeah, Bordley, I'd like you to meet Ileana. Ileana, this is Bordley.
Hi, Bordley. Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Hi. And he like pushes his glasses up onto his beak again. Hi. Yeah, as Charlotte said, I'm Bordley. And I'm their roommate. I'm their friend. So are you a new friend, or?
Well, it's a bit awkward, really, but I just finished a game of cards. Didn't really end very well, and I've been kicked out my place, so kind of got nowhere to live.
Wait, you play cards?
Do you?
Well, yeah. Cards is math.
Ah, that's right. It is math, isn't it? Well, maybe we'll have a game at some point. Yeah.
Oh, I would love that.
I'm not good at maths, but I am good at cards, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah,
Excellent.
the guys were just saying when they came over, they were really nice, and just checking I was okay, which was
Yeah,
nice because not a lot of people care about me these days. But there you go.
Ileana doesn't have a place to stay tonight, so if it's okay with you, Bordley, she can come and stay with us while she gets a plan sorted out.
Well, speaking of that, so since we do have the room, I was wondering if maybe we could bring Lurgo, because Lurgo's staying in the dorms here, but he really doesn't like it. So what do you guys think? Since we have the room, and we could use the extra rent money.
I mean, you seem friendly enough. You did a great job of breaking that fight apart before. So I guess she looks at Azalea and Lady Cadea.
Oh, great. Is that a yes?
I think
Yeah.
so.
See, I told you they were great. And he kind of elbows, well, at this point, it would be elbows like right around the top of Lurgo's calf. See, I told you they were great. In contrast to the rest of you, Lurgo is enormous. He's about 7.5 feet tall. To give you an idea. And what we have, most of you are people McNuggets.
Yeah.
You have 5'1", 5 feet, and Lady
That was
Cardia is
decently tall for a girl.
even like
Yeah.
shorter, right?
Yeah.
Fucking fly up on him and ride him around.
Right.
So to most of you, it's like he's standing
Yum.
next to toddlers.
Yeah.
So he's
I relate.
really, really
like
massive.
too. Yeah.
Excellent. I will have to go and get my thing. I don't carry much, but I at least have one thing that I will bring with me.
Is it a surprise?
No, it's not surprising. And Bordley like interjects. Is it okay if I take him and go get him settled?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, and hi. Nice to meet you. What was your name again?
Oh, Ileana?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and he comes waddling over. And he puts out his stubby little hand.
Ileana gives a really vigorous handshake.
He does too. He like goes with it.
Cheers.
He's like,
yeah.
great. All right. Huh, more friends. Awesome. And he turns and, faces Lurgo. All right, Lurgo, come on. Well, I'm gonna show you the place. I'm gonna wait. Ileana, you're moving in too?
Yeah, I guess if everyone's all right with it. Are you guys all on board? Or?
Do you like one window or two?
Surprise me.
Okay. You don't know what you're asking for. And he just
I surely don't.
he and Lurgo waddle off. He's like, I'm gonna go get the rooms ready. And the both of them head out the door. And yeah, Lurgo's massive head is like he has to duck to get out of the door to not hit his head on beams or anything like that. And for those of you who actually don't know much about Goliaths have a lifting and carrying capacity as part of their racial abilities, where they are treated as size category larger. So Lurgo at this point could probably lift close to 1,000 to 1,200 pounds. So
Boy.
yeah, lifting those two little people looked like nothing to him.
Wow.
And they head out, leaving
Cardia, come
the
in.
four of you.
Come and sit down. Is everything okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I just I forgot how we've just been hanging out with our little unit. I forgot how weird it is to kind of make friends, new people, meet them.
No, it's definitely tough. I agree.
And she has like not looked at our new friend in the eye at all. Like she just like now she's like at the table just like looking at, I don't know, she probably has like a utensil in her hand, but there's nothing in front of her.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
This woman comes over to the table, clearly wearing an apron, carrying a tray. Is there anything I can get you, love?
Talking to Ileana.
To the table in general.
Or to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we have a round of shots?
Yes. Shots.
Any preference?
Surprise us.
We could use it.
Hmm.
Actually, if you a bit of a weird one. Have you got any cheese by any chance?
I think we do.
Oh, amazing. I don't care what it is. Just as much of the cheese as you have, any kind. Yeah, I'll have that. And yeah, the shots, please.
Cardea's gonna like
Right.
pull on her a little bit, like just like trying to be kind of sneaky, and she'll be like, "Can you fill mine with juice?"
So 4 shots, but one of them juice.
No.
Right. I'll keep
Who'd
it a
want
secret. The secret is safe with me, love. No worries.
And then Lady turns back to the group and is like, "Shot."
So she disappears for a little bit, so you guys can pick up and take the take your conversation.
It's a bit weird of me to ask for shorts. I think that's the way Walk effect rubbing off. Maybe a part of hers living on inside of me, which is kind of nice, I guess.
I think so,
Um,
Charlotte.
But we should make a toast for a new housemate. I mean, it's a big deal.
My new
Yeah,
friends.
thanks. Really,
New
really
friend.
appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. I didn't really know what I was gonna do without you guys. So cheers.
Cheers.
So did you go hard? You said surprise. So you guys tip this stuff back. Obviously, one of them is apple juice. But the other 3, when you drink it back, it has a very strong cinnamony taste,
Ooh.
and you can feel a burp coming on. A strong, like the strong urge to burp. You can like feel it rumbling up inside, coming up, like almost to the point where you can't stop it. And all 3 of you almost simultaneously burp, and a small gout of flame comes out of your mouth.
Fire.
I didn't cast a spell there, so that must have been the alcohol.
I'm glad it came out of that way, not the other way. Sorry
Oh.
about that, guys.
For sure, for sure. Oh,
Whew. I wonder when that cheese is gonna get here. I'm pretty hungry.
do you feel that as well, Cardi? It didn't come out of your mouth the same way, but maybe you're just so like intolerant to it at this point.
"Oh, I think I feel something. Ooh, it's kind of it. Oh, uh-oh." And she kind of like turns away and is like, "Ooh, ooh, yeah, I felt that for sure." And she kind of like tips. Her shot glass is also still half full. Like she did not even take the full thing of juice. And she's just like, "Ooh, yep, cheers."
Hitting it hard. And I'm calling for insight checks on that one. Okay, I'm kidding.
No.
Everybody knows.
And shortly thereafter, waitress brings over a large, like a nearly full wheel of cheese.
Yeah.
Is that enough, love? Well, that'll
Yeah,
do.
actually, yeah, that's fantastic. Cheers. Oh, the whole wheel and everything. I'm coming back here again, ASAP. And then Ileana will just grab the cheese and she'll move all her coins out the way and just plunk the cheese down. And she'll literally just claw at the middle and just start tearing into it. Just 'cause she's
There
so hungry.
there is bread, like with it to serve with it, but you know, like you
No,
can
she don't care about bread.
exactly. That's just a vehicle that delivery
She's
the
not
cheese
too
to your face hole,
fancy.
and you don't
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah. If anything, she kind of elbows the bread out the way, just so she can dig at the cheese center more. And then she'll be like, with her face, she'll be like, "Do you guys want any cheese?"
I'll
More
take a
for
little.
me?
A
Yes.
little slice.
Help yourself. Help yourself.
It's a delicious
Again.
cloth-bound cheddar, so it has that
Ooh.
that nice, not completely dry, but definitely dry and crumbly with those the little salt crystals between the
Little
curds.
crispy boys.
So it gives you that little that
Crispy.
crunch, that creaminess, the crumbliness. Yeah, it's a really good cheese.
It's
Delicious.
so good.
Now I want
It's like-
cheese. God
Is
damn
cheese
it.
your favorite food, Ileana?
Yes, I absolutely love cheese. I'm glad you found out now rather than later when
I
we're
can
living together,
see.
because I will fill the fridge with cheese.
I'll play the role of the boldly though. You shouldn't eat too much cheese around nighttime because it can give you bad nightmares.
Oh, that explains it then.
Yeah, that would do it.
I do
That's
get
what
night terrors.
that's what they say.
You remember, Ileana, that the problem most recently was that your favorite cheesemonger, it was closed today.
Yeah.
And before during the day before you came here, it was closed with no sign on the door and no one inside.
Yeah. So, actually, this is reminding me of something. No wonder I'm so hungry. I usually, a bit weird, go to a cheesemonger every day, just get me daily cheese and that. And it was closed. The weirdest thing. Quite sad actually, because I'll have to trek quite far to find another place. But anyway,
There is a
it's
place near
weird.
us actually. I think
There
it's
it is.
called Culture and Comfort. It's a wine and cheese store in Gateshead. That's where our house is.
That was your favorite cheese place that's
Oh,
closed.
that was it. Oh. Hang on a minute. That was the place.
No shit.
So there's nowhere else? Where am I going to get my cheese from? But
That's the
also,
that's the
yeah,
only
it
one
was.
that's the only one I know of.
Oh no. Well, I suppose I'm gonna have to come here every day to get my cheese wheel now. But it is odd because I would go in every day and the owner was always super, super nice. And it just seems a bit out of character that he would fucking leave. Like,
That does seem strange. I mean, our friends were there the other day.
yeah.
And they brought some cheese back.
I was
They'll
there
have
the
some
other
at the
day as well.
house, so that's
Yeah,
a good thing at least. You have some
that's
at
probably
home.
true.
Oh,
And
thank God.
from what I know, I mean, I'm not a connoisseur of cheeses, but one of our friends were, and it was some type of death cheese. Now it sounds scary, but I think it's like a very rare cheese, and it's a delicacy. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Ileana, give me a history check with advantage.
Okay.
So you roll it twice, and you get the
Yeah.
better of the two.
So I got 13 first, and then I got a 9 second.
So 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have not only have you heard of it, you knew that Vanadil, the guy that actually the cheesemonger, the guy that owned the store, Vanadil actually had just gotten some in. That was it was meant for some kind of well-to-do families gathering, and you would love to have gotten your hands on some, but it was way too expensive.
Yeah.
So you would known that he had just gotten a big wheel of that in,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
it's a incredibly rare cheese because it is actually made from the milk of a catoblepis, which is this pseudo cow, boar, camel like creature
Yeah.
that has the ability to literally kill you with its stare.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So you know that cheese comes from there, and it's incredibly rare. It's hard to make, and stuff like that. So you had heard that it was there, but you'd never had a chance to actually eat some.
Yeah. So Ileana kind of like gestures the group to kind of get a little bit closer because she doesn't want anyone else to overhear this because things are starting to sound a little bit shady. And so she'll say, hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure the big daddy of all cheeses was there. And I'm not just talking any cheese. I'm talking it comes from a creature that can literally kill you by staring at you.
No, that's the one we've got. That's the one we've got.
That's the one you've... How did you get that?
Well, I didn't get it myself. Our friends that are no longer, that I was going to say no longer here, which makes them sound like they're dead, but they're not dead. They just went
Our
away.
old roommates, yeah.
Yeah. They I assume bought it, but now I'm thinking about it. I don't know how they had the money.
Ileana, you know that cheese is 100 gold pieces an ounce.
Yeah. Now, that is an expensive cheese. I will just let you know now. It's very rare. Even a treasure hunter such as myself realistically cannot afford it, but I will do anything for cheese. Something
it's-
seems a little bit off about this, guys. Something seems a little bit off.
I
I
mean,
think
they. I don't want to, accuse them of anything, but if it's that much and they brought the whole the whole I don't know what you say, like the round, the whole block,
the wheel.
the tits, um, I,
Yeah.
the wheel. That's a great word. I would assume they might have stolen it. One of our housemates in particular was a bit devious. Is that a right word, Ozalia? Would you say devious?
Oh
Yeah,
no.
Scheming.
let's just say they got us out of trouble once or twice with a thief's tools.
Mm. So,
Things
Curious.
are not.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. Maybe we should go and check it out and see if we can find anything out. Because it does seem a little bit odd. And that cheese is the most expensive cheese I've ever known of. And I'm a bit of a cheese lord, so I would know.
Well, it seems like we've got a case on our hands.
We better get cracking, Sherlock's. I think we should go and investigate.
But I
And
don't want
then-
to. I don't want us to. If this cheese was stolen, if we bring it back to the owner, it's going to look like we're the ones that stole it, and that's not good. Don't want to get arrested or anything. So
I
it's
see
a
what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
that's a tough one.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is.
Maybe we could like break in, put the cheese back. No one will notice us, because I do have quite a unique skill set for the job.
Oh yeah, you a bit of
However-
like a stealther.
I'm a bit of a rogue, yeah. I mean, I'm a bit
Alright.
loud, but I do know when to be quiet.
Okay, that's good because a loud rogue doesn't
can-
sound right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
don't worry, I've got you. So,
Right. Well, that's maybe why the shop's closed, because there's an investigation ongoing. Maybe because it's such a expensive cheese. Maybe we've put the person out of business.
yeah. We don't really know what we're going into. Yeah. We should probably investigate, because now I knew the owner quite well, and they would not just up and leave. I think something bad is happening there. Again, we don't know how dangerous it's going to be, but I'm really curious to know, and especially because where I'm going to get my cheese from. But more importantly, because of their safety, obviously,
I
All
mean,
right then.
you know where the owner lives? Because if the shop is closed and we just leave the cheese on the counter, if nobody's there, it just will go bad.
Ileana, you know how to properly care for cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see what you're saying. The thing about this cheese is it kind of can't go badder than it already is. It's like a proper, like, aged cheese. That's why it's so expensive. But I don't know. Maybe we should hang on to the cheese. No. We should put it back. Oh, it's so stressful. Yeah, we should probably put it back.
Oh, side note, there was actually I was reading one time about dinosaurs, and there was this one dinosaur that was made of cheese. You know what they called it? Gorgonzilla.
I don't get it.
Because it's like Gorgonzola, but instead of Zola, it's Zilla, like a dinosaur.
Ileana appreciates the cheese joke. And she just slams her fist down, laughing, with like cheese crumbs falling out her hair.
I'm glad somebody appreciated it.
Puns always go over Lady's head. She like is
Oh.
never quite on any of them, but once they're explained, she's always like,
Well,
okay.
Better late than never. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Um,
That was both sad and funny. But this moment, we're going to put things on pause because even though we started a little late, every at the halfway mark, which is where we are right now, we always take a 15-minute break so we get to stretch our legs, get something to drink, and step away from the computer, do the business. So if you haven't already, make sure you follow my socials and get on the Discord because there's all kinds of like shenanigans happening on the Discord too. So so follow my socials so you can see what I'm doing in the real time, and empty what needs to be emptied, refill what needs to be refilled, grab yourself a snack, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. And I'm gonna use the new "Be Right Back" screen.
Ooh.
Here we go.
cool.
We have returned. We are back from our little break. Hopefully that, there's still a bunch of you hanging out with us, getting ready for the, would you call this a cheese heist if it's in reversed? Like, you're not stealing cheese, you're returning stolen cheese. What do you call that?
The anti-heist.
Yeah.
I know what you call that. Real mature. Damn.
Oh, I love it.
I'm on fire.
So bad.
It's cute.
That was so,
Somebody stop me.
so bad.
My keyboard died, so I had to get a wire, and I could hear you, Sammy, while I was walking throughout the house. And I just want you to know that, like, I was disappointed. You couldn't see the reaction, but I was. It was occurring.
Oh no, I love the cheese joke.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm just fucking with you.
So bad. So bad. So bad that they're good.
Yeah.
Just like
I will
cheese.
rail against puns, but I still appreciate them now and again.
I think it's just because it's cheese for me. If it was like a tomato, I'd be like,
Yeah, I
cheese
can't.
is the best.
We have discovered that Lizzie and I are soulmates, bound by our love of cheese, because apparently we have the same level of respect
Yeah,
for
it is.
that level of culture in society.
Nice.
Cheese connoisseurs.
We are definitely cheese connoisseurs. Remember though, queso marzu, not cheese.
Yeah, ew.
Not cheese.
Forbidden.
So you're all still hanging around at the table, and second, need to bring something up here that the rest of you can't see. Alrighty. And there they are. Okay. So you're just kind of hanging around, finishing up the block of cheese, which, you guys are probably going to have some digestive issues for the next couple of days if you eat that
It's
much
worth it.
cheese. But you finish up your the name. If you ask what that is, it's a the alcohol that was served. It's called it's Bernie Burp Stout.
Bernie Burp.
That's great.
Remarkable.
Mhm.
It's ridiculous. I love it.
And apparently a magical brew that was created by a gnome long ago, that's been handed down generation to generation. And it's rumored that there are versions of the recipe and bottles of it that in its beginning would actually give you the ability of a minor ability or minor version of the ability of a dragon, as in like a dragon's breath
Yeah.
for a short time. This is a much more tame version, but it is Bernie Burp Stout. And yes, that is one of my homebrew creations.
Bernie Burp.
It's a great name. When you were describing it, all I could think about us, I was like, I feel like Oz is like, oh, this is normal. This is fine.
Well, I figure like Bernie Burp's Stout sounds like something you would find at Hogwarts, aka
Totally.
Strixhaven. So,
Mhm.
so yeah, it's the Bernie Burp Stout. It was very good. But again, you burp fire, so but while you're enjoying the cheese, you can hear all of a sudden you hear like a crash coming from somewhere towards the back. And you start hearing a couple of screams coming from somewhere towards the back.
Yeah.
And more clanging, and there's definitely some kind of kerfuffle going on. somewhere in towards the kitchen, and you can see at this point a lot of the students are running away from the kitchen on both sides.
You heard that too, Sammy.
The burp again.
The burp in the ear.
And like a whole, I'm imagining all of them are just like dragon breath.
They
Dragon
too
breath.
had some Bernie Burp Stout.
Uh-huh.
Happy hour thing.
It's a special on the menu tonight. Yeah, happy hour.
Or unhappy hour, depending on how you look
Yeah,
at it.
I wouldn't know what that is in Massachusetts.
Happy hour? No.
Not here.
So yeah, you can definitely hear some like coming from the door. The door is closed, but you hear what you call it? You hear like the clanging, screaming.
Screaming.
Yes, there is screaming.
We should probably go and check that out, guys.
Second that.
Who wants to go first?
I can take the lead.
I'll follow after Charlotte.
So as you start heading towards it, the door to the kitchen flies open, and Chef Purdy comes running out. Her braided hair is like just flying all over the place, running, and she's shouting, waving her arms. "The steam! It's too spicy!" she cried. "It's trying to kill us! Someone help!" And a lot of the people are just kind of like, it's so busy, it's so chaotic that, you know, people are pushing in the direction away from the kitchen. So you guys are having trouble fighting your way towards the kitchen. So before you head in there, let me pause the game.
Say, oh, like every time you're like game pause, I still am like, oh no.
What's gonna attack me now?
I'm sorry. I love that you guys do that. That it's like, you know, but I can't troll you with it too much because
I
then
know we have a trauma response to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to be careful. Make sure I have them. Huh, there we go. And I'll put here. All right. So go back here. So I'll unpause so you guys can move.
I'm in front of the door there, or
Yeah. Did you want to go in, Charlotte?
yeah.
You heading in?
Mm-hmm. So she said the pots were spitting hot flames.
Said it was too spicy. And the steam, it's too spicy and it's trying to kill someone. Trying to kill us.
Okay.
Can we see anything?
So at first, when you come in, you don't see anyone else from the position that you're at. You can see the 4 large cauldrons lining the back of the room, and the fire is flaring underneath them fiercely, and they're constantly the liquid is like bubbling over, and it's shooting steam up into the air.
Okay. On our map, we can see a character. Should they be there or
You
not?
can see the token, but from your position, they are laying on the floor behind the counter. So you just have to kind of roll with it.
All right, I got you.
That's the only reason why you can't see them.
Okay. I'm gonna fire up instantly a detect magic, so no ritual, normal cast.
Okay.
30 feet range on that.
And it does what?
Detect magic.
Okay.
You know what detect magic does.
You will actually detect some magic coming from the cauldrons.
Nice.
But at that point, just as you finish casting, the game pauses. And emerging from the clouds of steam from the pots themselves
Oh,
are 4 diminutive creatures.
Oh.
They're about the size of Volpini.
Oh.
And at first are indistinguishable from the steam and appear to be themselves made out of steam. They are small, wretched-looking creatures. The with tiny bipedal, they look humanoid-shaped, but their heads are angular, with long, sharp noses and beady little malicious eyes, with wings that would normally look like a bat stretch out from the backs of these creatures and just dissipate into wisps of steam as they flap around, keeping them aloft in the room. Charlotte, you automatically recognize these creatures because of your familiarity, pun intended, with Find Familiar. That these are mephits and can be often summoned by a wizard and used as in the what you call it, the for the purposes of having a familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize what these are. However, these are not bound to anything, which means they get to act any way that their little malicious hearts decide, because they tend to be cranky. So what I'm going to need, and I'll have to, I'm going to actually roll this for you, Lizzie, because you don't have the extension up.
Okay.
So I will roll your initiative for you so that it'll
Okay.
appear on the VTT.
Okay.
So I will take care of that. So make sure that everyone is click on your token and let me add a combat. So now you can actually roll your initiative and it'll add to it. Let's see.
I might have been too quick there, Matt. Just let me know.
No, you're in there.
Yeah.
I see a 16.
Did mine come up? I'm not seeing mine anywhere.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see yours.
Azalea, you're a
yours, yeah.
15. Lady
perfect.
Cardia got a 13. And I'm about
I
to
need to
roll
roll.
for
Need to roll Volpini as well.
Ilyana.
Oh, I didn't pop up.
Oh, you slow girl.
Yeah, what's up with that?
There we go.
She's just surveying the scene.
Hmm. Hot, 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 hot.
And Ilyana with a 14. And now these little bastards. Unbound. Can you get an initiative for these guys? All right. So they're like a weird hissing laugh, like as they rise up out of the steam, make their presence known. So from here, and here you go, Charlotte. Here is going to be your remedy for combat blue balls, because this one's straightforward. You are up.
I am up first, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And they're definitely looking to attack.
Yes, these things do not look. You know that they're not pleasant,
All right.
and they definitely mean you harm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They're unpleasant, even when they're in service to a wizard.
Okay, I can get within some of them.
Remember, crossing
Right.
those counters counts as 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably don't want to put myself in the fray anyway. Okay. She thinks about going to fire up a firebolt spell, but thinks better of it because of the nature of the creatures. She doesn't think that'll be very effective. So she pulls out her mundane dagger from her boot, and you've seen her do this before, everyone, but for Ileana, she kneels down to where her boot is and pulls out this little dagger from inside of it and holds it out in front of her, and then she drops the dagger on the floor, and you expect the dagger to like clatter and clang as the metal hits the stonework, but it seems to like sink in.
Oh, okay.
And as the tip of the dagger touches the stonework, it ripples almost like a drop of water on a still lake.
Wow.
And you see her spellbook, her grimoire on her side, levitate out in front of her. And now she puts her hand inside it and pulls out this shadow blade.
Wow. Badass.
So I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade. So that's my bonus action. Right. Yeah, it's a bonus action. And then with my attack, I am going to throw it at that one. The one on the right, because it's within range. Attack. So that would be this attack here. 24 to hit.
24 definitely hits.
Okay, so it's 2d8 plus 4. 16 points of psychic damage.
Ooh, ouch. No saves, right?
No, that's just the attack roll.
All right. Dag, yo.
Yeah, so she pulls this blade out and just throws it through the air, and you see it spiral and catch it.
So it like passes through this thing like steam, but you can see that it tears. It basically causes a large dissipation of its form. As it passes through, strikes the wall behind it, and you just hear that loud like whistling, like hiss, like a as it basically its version of a scream. And yeah, it definitely looks like it's having a hard time reapparating at this point. Is that it for you?
Yeah, do I want to move is the question.
Also, Lizzie,
Yeah.
just to let you know, so in the icons on the left side, you see the top left one is it looks like the kind of a stylized bust of a head and shoulders.
Yeah.
When you click on that, the sub menu comes up on the just next to it on the right. If you look at the third button down, it looks like a ruler.
Yeah.
So if you click on that, when you go to click and drag your token, it'll actually point out a ruler and show you how far you've moved, so that you can see how far you move, and then you just hit the space bar and it'll commit the movement.
Oh, okay, I see.
It makes it easier than having to count squares, because you have a 30-foot move.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to make things easier for you.
Thank you.
Should be able to get that next time. Yeah.
'Cause
I'm gonna move myself there.
Okay. Right where you are right now?
Yep.
Okay. Azalea.
So I think for right now, I'm gonna stay where I'm at, but I am gonna move after. I cast Ray of Frost on this
Nice.
one closest towards. It's 25 feet away. So let's cast you. And then, awesome. So I got a 7 and cold damage is 2.
7 to hit.
Yes.
That will miss.
Okay.
So it misses. It passes just by the nearly discorporating the Mephit. Splashes against the back of the wall behind it, and you just see that ice, that sheet of ice form and crackle on the surface of the wall. And you said you were going to move?
Yeah, I think Oz would go a little behind here to get a little closer, but a little coverage. She does
standing there, you can see the body of Rubina Larkingdale. You remember Rubina was the student that recognized Fenris. And she's laying there seemingly unconscious next to one of the pots.
Okay.
You're done, correct?
Yeah. That's everything.
Ileana, time to make your debut.
So she sees that Charlotte's attack just kind of slice through, and then Ileana looks down at her daggers and thinks, shit, because she has no magic, just
Well,
daggers.
hold on. It did hit it and do damage.
Didn't
So you
it?
do know that it did damage.
Yeah. It just sort of passed through as well, didn't it? So it
Well,
did
these things
hit
are made
it.
of steam.
Yeah.
So anything that you hit it with is probably going to pass through.
Yeah. I also am quite far away, so I might just... Let me just see how close. Yeah, I'm gonna take out my crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah, Ileana is gonna take out... Let me just check that. Yeah, just... So Ileana sees her daggers and thinks, no, it's too far. So she pulls out a hefty crossbow and she pulls the bolt back, shaking a little bit. And she sort of leans sort of towards the counter and she fires a bolt through.
Snap twang as the crossbow fires, arrow whipping down towards it. Go ahead and make your attack roll. I won't see the number, so you'll have to actually let me know. 15 definitely hits.
Nice.
And you should be able to just click on in the on the log. You might not actually have the log up. So you can just click on the damage dice for it next to the crossbow and tell me what you get.
4.
All right. So, the crossbow bolt passes through and sticks into the wall behind it. But it looks like this creature is almost no longer there. It's very, very faint.
Peculiar.
So you're quite convinced that it did some damage.
Okay.
Is that it, or are you going to move?
I'm going to move closer, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to... Is it limited? Sorry? Is it limited by how far?
So you have a base movement of 30.
Yeah, so 6
30
squares.
feet.
Okay, brilliant.
And and if you're going across things like the counters, that counts as 2. So if you're crossing that counter, it's basically 10 feet. It's basically
Yeah.
difficult terrain. And
Yeah.
the same thing when you move through an ally's square.
Yeah.
It's the same deal. It's considered difficult terrain, so it costs an extra square of movement. You don't have to count Volpini because Volpini is tiny.
Okay, yeah. Ilyana is going to move next to Charlotte.
So just drag it over. Make sure you're dragging off the like that, and then just hit space bar while you're holding it down.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
Boom.
Okay. Thank you. Yes,
Mhm.
and I'll end my turn.
Alrighty. Lady Cardia.
Nervous Azalea going on up there, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast Shield of Faith. So a shimmering field appears around a creature of your choice, granting it a +2 bonus to AC for the duration. So you get +2 AC, Miss Caitlin, just in case.
What is the
Nice.
range on that? Just out of curiosity.
60.
Awesome.
And then-
Even better.
10 minutes, so
Nice.
I'll pay attention to not do that again. And then Lady's just gonna decide to fly, not super high, and she's gonna stay in the same place. She just feels a little more comfortable and in control flying. So she'll be in the same place, but like, I don't know, 5 feet off the ground.
Okay. That's fine. This isn't a very high ceilinged place. This is only like a normal 5-story. So you are pretty much going to be flying in place.
Okay.
And are you doing anything else?
That's it.
You got
All
an
right.
action still. Can't
Yeah.
do. That's only a bonus action.
How is that a bonus action? That was a
That
cast.
spell.
Yeah.
Which means, since you cast a spell as a bonus action, you can actually cast a cantrip that has at least a spell casting time of 1 action.
Oh, I don't have anything good to do for a cantrip. So I think that's it. I don't understand why me
'Cause that's-
casting
Yeah, that's
spell-
spells are only bonus action. So my Shadow Blade is also a bonus action. That's why I could attack on the same turn.
Yep. So they're so fast that they only count as a bonus action, which means you still have a normal action.
Is it just that spell or any spell I have? This has just never come up before.
No,
Hmm.
only certain spells are bonus actions. Most of them, like 90%, are actions, but
Yeah.
10% are bonus actions.
This is probably one of the most underused or confused rules that are out there that I actually got confirmed by developers in chats. When you cast a spell as your main spell as a bonus action, so a bonus action spell, you can then also cast a cantrip level spell that has no faster casting time than 1 action. So that's one of the only ways that you can cast. One of the only ways. There are other special and specific ways that you can cast more than 1 spell in a turn, but that is most people don't realize that you can do that.
Interesting. Well, hot dog. How do I know which spells do it? I'll Google it later.
But you still have an action,
Cool.
which
I'm
means as an action you can take, if you want to do the dodge action, like if you want to just be fully defensive, you can do that.
Yeah. Riley, next to where it says Shield of Faith on your spell list on D&D Beyond, right next to it, it'll say 1BA, which means 1 bonus action. But if you go to actions and then filter it to bonus actions, it should come up with the spell in there as well to tell you it's also a bonus action spell.
Chat, the more you learn. Am I right?
Yep. The
Oh,
PSA, you know that, what is it? The more you know thing goes across the screen.
The rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't waste a bonus action. Use your spell as a bonus action. And then it's like, "Bwa-na-na-na." So I believe I would be able to use, as an action, so I can. I'm going to use my Emboldening Bond, which is not something I can, like, cast. I'll just read what it is. As an action, you can choose up to 2 willing creatures within 30 feet of you, creating a magical bond between them for 10 minutes or until you use it again. With any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another, once per turn, they can roll a d4 and add it to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw they make. So I'll give that to Sammy or Scarlet and Ileana.
Is balls right there.
Right?
Little did anyone know that Lady Cardia was into some bondage, so we didn't realize that she was that kind of a cleric.
I just so
What is it?
excited.
This is your big cleric thing, so what does it look like?
From yeah, I was prepared for that question.
I need to know all the details.
It's nice. Take your freaking minds out of the gutter. Take your guttery minds out of the gutter.
I
learned
being
it from
dirty.
you, okay?
Sorry, I let you down, son. Okay, so the way that it's cast, so she looks at Azalea and is just like, hey, just protect yourself, and makes a little shield. That's a shield symbol in her hand, but it looks like a heart instead. And she casts that for Azalea, and then she turns. She's like, don't worry, I didn't forget about you guys. And she does a little spell, and then underneath her little satin coat, she brings out, and it's just a spell that has 2 flowers, and then they grow a little bit until they pass through you guys.
Nice.
So cute. Thank you.
And then she flies, and then that just makes her feel better when she's anxious. So she just flies.
Perfect. That works. And all right, so then you were done. Now the asshole's turn. So the Mephits are going to engage. In a hissing cackle, almost in unison, they disperse throughout the kitchen, fluttering and flying towards all of you. One of them will come over here. One of them flies towards Ileana.
Yeah.
2 of them are going to go over to Charlotte, because that's where they can get to. So they lash out with their nasty little steamy claws that you can see is it actually gives off that kind of vapor as the superheated claws react with the cooler air. It's kind of cool to actually see. Just putting that out there. They're going to claw at you. Let's see. We'll do Charlotte's first. Does a 17 hit you, Charlotte?
It would, but as it goes to hit, this arcane sigil appears in front of Charlotte, and whatever it's trying to do bounces off that as she casts shield. Nice.
So it literally, it's like an invisible thing. It's like the claw hits the air, and it's just this flash of magical energy as it reels back. And that's true, right? For the whole turn, correct? That lasts?
It does, yep.
Okay, because the other one is still going to try.
I know. That's why I was worried.
No, a 5 will not hit you.
Nice.
And 1 on Ileana. It's going to reach out with its claws. And does a 19 hit Ileana?
Would I roll?
No, does it hit you? So you want to look at your armor class.
Yes.
Let me know what your armor class is.
15.
So the 19 will hit you. If I get 15 or better, that actually hits you.
Oh no. Okay.
That's what your armor class is for. So it does hit you, and it hits you for it looks like 1 slashing damage, and you can feel the searing pain from the steam as it also deals an additional 3 fire damage.
Ooh.
So you take a total of 4 damage.
Okay. Little buggers.
So if you look up where your hit points are, right next to it, you can do plus or minus. You can actually put in the number and then click damage or whatever.
Yeah. So it's a 17.
Yep. So it takes you down a little bit.
Okay.
And then the last one on Azalea, this one is the one that's nearly gone. And it uses it like expands its chest like it's breathing in and then breathes out this gout of scalding steam, which is 5, 10. Just barely misses Lady Cardia.
Maybe. We don't want an owl kebab.
But it does hit Volpini. Actually, it's not going to hit Volpini because Volpini is behind cover. Completely obscured from this thing. So it breathes on you, and you need to give me a dexterity saving throw, Miss Azalea.
Okay.
Oof. That would be a negative. You did not pass. So you will take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
As this searing hot steam washes over you. Causes a little bit of a very faint rumble of thunder around you. So that was it. And that brings us to Volpini.
Okay, so we are in the kitchen. So the number one ingredient in every dish is normally salt. And panfires don't like salt. So what Volpini is going to do is swoop down onto one of the worktops with her claws, grab like 2 things of salt, and just fly by the 3 there with her 40 feet and just sprinkle the salt on the middle one.
Okay.
And she's taking the help action.
Yeah.
That was just her
Your
way of doing it.
descriptor. Doesn't seem to do anything physically, but it does distract it as Volpini flies by. And that's it for Volpini, which
Little
brings us
salt
back
dive
to Charlotte.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So her shadow blade that she threw initially is stuck in the wall at the other end still, but she holds out a hand, and it just apparates back in it.
Yep.
There it is, and she's just gonna take a swing at the one that Volpini distracted.
Yep. The one in front of you, so you get advantage.
Yep. All again. No. So that would be 20 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
Nice.
Perfect. Takes 2d8 again, plus 4. Ah, it's terrible rolls. 7 points of psychic damage this one takes.
The one in front of you.
Yeah.
All right. It again squeals in like weird hissing squeal that almost periodically sounds like a boiling tea kettle.
Good description.
Somebody putting on the tea. Not today. The tea is putting on you. Okay. Are you doing anything else?
Nope. That's my bonus action to summon the sword and attack.
All right. Azalea.
Yeah, so
This little bastard breathes steam on you.
I know. I'm mad at him. So Azalea is going to reach for her dagger of warning, which is on her hip, and she's going to take it out, and she's going to hopefully stab this motherfucker who hurt her and is hurting her friends. And she's gonna try to cast Booming Blade on it.
Ooh.
As she goes for the
That is a critical.
Oh!
Rip.
Now, Booming Blade hits something how far away?
5 feet, I think. Let me confirm that.
That's true.
Oh no, I apologize. No, wait.
You basically just cast it on a weapon, and then you attack with the weapon.
Yeah, so it's within 5 feet of you. So, and I am within 5 feet of it. So.
Yes, but your Booming Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're thinking of green flame blade, Matt.
Yeah. So Booming Blade does what
I should've
additionally?
done.
Just additional damage, right?
So it sheaves it in booming energy, and if it moves, it'll take the damage.
That's right. That's what Booming Blade does. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. This thing dissipates. There wasn't much left of it in this like exploding noise. It just kind of boom. However, as it departs this world, it explodes into this nasty, like, it's an explosion of steam. A burst of steam. Which does
real shit.
1 point of fire damage to Azalea.
Oh, jeez.
But it is then gone.
Yeah.
Nice.
You still have movement and stuff like that, so
Oh, correct. Thank you for reminding me.
Mhm.
I think Oz would kind of head around the corner, maybe towards the door, kind of towards Cardia, just because she was getting attacked. She wants a little more cover.
okay. And you are a ranged person in general anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think this is good for Oz's turn.
Okay. So we'll move forward with that.
Nice.
Ilyana. Now, Ilyana, I need you to remember something. You are a rogue, which means, and you have special abilities because you are also a swasher of buckles.
Yeah.
But in this case, whenever you attack something that an ally also threatens, you get to add your sneak attack damage. So when you make this attack, it should automatically calculate in your sneak attack damage. It counts on this.
Okay.
So where you are your dual fighter,
Yeah.
don't forget you can attack with your rapier and then follow
Yeah.
up with your short sword.
Cool. And that is what she wanted. And she came to that conclusion all on her own.
Well, this is
There.
literally the first character that you've really invested in, and the second time
Yeah.
you've played D&D, so that's why I'm helping you do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So
And-
I'll roll for the.
Before everyone out there starts complaining like, "Oh, she can't dual wield with a rapier and a short sword," I have updated that rule where the dual wielding property also extends to any weapon that is a finesse weapon, because rapiers were meant to be used with another smaller weapon. So yes, but as finesse, you can use a dual wield for it. So go ahead.
So I'll roll for the rapier first. And it's a 14.
Okay, that hits.
Yay.
Did it
And I roll-
automatically add your sneak attack damage in there? It should show you in the results. And let me see. Let me see. Hold on.
5.
We should be able to see it in the game log on D&D
Oh,
Beyond.
so that-
Yes, I can.
So that's your attack roll. So now you need to do the damage.
Damage.
So
Mhm.
you see, yeah, just click the damage button next to,
Next to the hits.
yeah.
10.
Okay,
So
so
that's
that's 10.
So that's only, yeah, but that's only your rapier. So you need
Right.
to roll sneak attack now.
Now you get to add your sneak attack into that.
So an extra d6.
Cool.
Oh,
yes.
oh no, it's 2d6 at level 3.
2d6.
You should be
Okay.
able to sneak attack should be listed there that you can just click on
It
for
is
damage.
at the bottom, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there's 2 rolled at once.
Yep.
It's 4.
So that one did 14 points of damage
Yeah.
to this one right here. I'm assuming right in front of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't even say that. Yeah.
That's just one attack. Now you don't get sneak attack on the second one, and you don't get to add your dex bonus to the damage, but you do get a straight up attack with
Yeah.
the short sword. So you go ahead and click on that.
Nice. So it said 24.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that'll hit just a little bit.
Ew. Sweating. Okay. And then damage. It's a 6.
Well, it's factored in the 3, so it'd be -3.
Yeah, it's
So
just
it'd be-
3.
Oh, sorry.
No, I got
yeah.
it. I got it. I worked it in. So yeah, you stab and slash at this thing, and you can just see like it's trails of steam like pass and drag with the with each cut and stab, almost as if it was part of their body, and then it just kind of slowly dissipates. And the more you hit this thing, the lighter it seems to become.
Okay. Oh.
And that one is severely hurt. Welcome to being a rogue, by the way.
It's fun.
Now, because you are a swisher of buckles, if you wanted to disengage, I believe you can, because you attacked. I'd have to look at the. I have you here. I have you up, Ileana. Yes, your features.
I can just straight up flee.
You can also, you can also take your cunning action to do it, but is it your rakish audacity? I think just attacking them means they don't get a they don't get a reaction.
Yeah, but you would take an opportunity attack from the middle one if you did move away.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
unless she uses her cunning action to disengage, which she can do.
But she's used the bonus.
Oh, that's right. You
action
did you did the bonus action to attack. So yeah, you can't do that, which is still fine.
Yeah.
Because you are engaged.
Three.
Yeah, just means you're gonna have to stand and fight.
Yeah, she's gonna stay because she wants the group to like her, and she doesn't want them to see her as a wussy.
I definitely don't think they're gonna think that at this point.
No, you don't kill her.
She normally would cut and run because she doesn't, she's normally on her own.
They don't know that.
Yeah, she's gonna stick around because she likes these people.
It's the honeymoon period. You want to make sure that they like you before they find out the real you.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
It's not that horrible.
So it's Lady Cardia. You're up.
Right now I know. Now I've learned. I've learned how to switch actions.
So I am going to cast. This doesn't hurt my concentration or anything. So I am going to cast Sanctuary, and I'm gonna go ahead and cast that on Miss Charlotte. So you are warded against attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell has to make a wisdom saving throw. On a fail save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. So she's gonna do that. And then she's gonna try to be a little braver. And for actual action, is moving my action?
No.
Great.
Movement is his own thing. So is that what that spell? That was a bonus action?
Yes, that's a 1
Nice. Yep.
And then I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance. For
That's a cantrip? That's your cantrip?
Yes.
Do it.
And that would be a critical failure of 1 damage. God damn, she's trying.
Well,
no.
it still has to make the DC. So let me have it roll its saving throw before it doesn't take that 1 damage. Actually, it doesn't matter because it takes a minimum of 1. So it's going to take 1.
Nailed it.
And what kind of damage is that?
Radiant damage.
Radiant will do.
Which means something won't do. Interesting.
I wonder what that could be. Well done. Well played. Well managed.
Boom. Now I know. I've learned.
Nice.
Yeah. The more you know. Ding! I'm gonna have to get that and just make that a thing that I can run. So the methods are up, and so it's 15 foot, so it'll be 5'10". So this method, being frustrated by Miss Charlotte's rebuke of its attack, ain't having it, and is going to move around you and angle in such a way that it can actually use its breath weapon that will hit all 3 of you. So it breathes out this gout of steam that will engulf all 3 of you. And the DC on that, I need a dexterity saving throw.
You get a D4 on this, Lizzie, because of Cardea's emboldening bond.
Thank you.
Can I guide myself?
You can't when it's not something that you're aware of.
Damn it, mine wasn't good. All right.
I got 16. Do I plus 4 to that then?
No, you
need to
pass.
roll a d4.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
You pass.
Oh, but you passed. You
Yeah,
passed
so
anyway.
don't even bother. You passed.
Oh,
it.
okay. Oh, I see. Yeah.
I rolled a 19.
But you're hold on. Do you get that yet?
No, not until level 6, I think.
Okay. Because again, they get cheaty. Fucking
Oh.
cheaty rogues. Like
Yeah,
save,
you can, like,
you save for none, fail for half, bastards. Just ask Aislinn. Aislinn plays at this point a very high level
really?
rogue in my Sunday campaign, and I just can't kill her. I cannot hit her. It's just stupid.
Oh, gosh.
I cannot.
Yeah. Evasion and all that shit. Uncanny dodge.
Yeah. Forward rolls, front flips.
You will be able to benefit from all of those. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So you will save for half, and the damage on that bad Larry is. Did everyone else make their rolls?
I rolled a 19.
10.
You got a 10?
Yeah.
You pass. So each of you will take, what did I do for the damage? Each of you will take 2 points of fire damage.
Okie dokie.
And the other two, Claw and Claw. So Claw against Charlotte.
But you'll need to make a Constitution saving throw,
Yep.
Riley.
Not Con, it's a Wisdom.
Wisdom,
No, to
yeah.
maintain Shield of Faith.
Oh, yes.
That's 6.
No, you don't.
Okay. Well, now the thing attacking Sammy has to do a wisdom throw.
Yeah.
Boom.
And that's no bueno. With a 4. Yeah.
This drops the attack.
So it has to change its target, right? Or it loses the attack?
Let me triple check it. It must either or choose a new target or lose the attack.
All right, so it's going to turn its aggression towards Ilyana then. It just hisses at Charlotte and sneers and then turns and claws. Rakes at Ilyana. 19 hits you for 2 slashing damage and 4 fire damage.
Hey, you bugger. Okay.
So you got 6
So-
total damage from that one.
Oh, ow.
Mm-hmm. So,
Oh, God. It's not
well,
looking
welcome
good,
to
boys.
being low levels. And the other one is actually going to also... Actually, this one's going to go after Lady Cardia.
So good.
Because she seems to be rather problematic. There's a 13 hit Lady Cardia.
Nope.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it now looks even more frustrated. So they are done. Just hissing steam at you like an angry tea kettle. Volpini, you are up.
Alrighty. Volpini's just gonna fly back and do the exact same thing as she did last time. Oh, this time actually, she's gonna, instead of salt, she picks up some bicarb of soda. and does the same.
Just
and
make
fly
sure
by.
that you have a settled stomach for the next attack.
It's true.
Napalm style.
That stupid flyby attack. Fine. Okay, which one were you affecting? This one here?
No, I'll go.
Same one or?
Ooh, that one must be weak though. Yeah, I'll do the same one. I'll try and kill that one first.
Okay.
The middle one.
Yep, middle one. Well, it's your up, so.
Okay, perfect. Charlotte's gonna pull out a second sword, and as she pulls it out, Ilyana, you hear the sword almost like sting in the air as she moves it around. She looks at you and says, "I can dual wield as well."
Oh!
she's gonna she's gonna take a swipe with Feliothanally
Blushing.
at the one in front, the middle one that's just got bicabbed. Yeah, there's no way I miss on this, but there's a. This is before D4 as well. Does F 18 hit?
It does indeed.
It does indeed.
Well, you guys know that a 10 hits.
Yeah. So damage. 7 points of damage.
To the middle one?
Yeah.
Okay. More of it, discorporeates.
Still up.
It is.
Bonus action, the Shadow Blade's coming down. It's doing the same thing. So just slash in like a little flurry. Where am I up? Okay, yep. Oh, that's a 19 on the dice for a 25.
No, that totally misses. That went too high. It just kind of rolls around.
You are overqualified for this roll. Sir.
Yes. Literally. That'll hit. Oof.
3 points of psychic damage.
It is still up. They're getting to be thinner, much thinner wisps of creatures, though. Is that it?
Jesus.
Is that it for Charlie?
Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Azalea.
All right. So
Proud of Lady Cardia stepping up.
I've been taking notes.
Right. Okay, so shit. I don't know, man. Now I'm questioning myself. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get close towards the one that Sammy was just attacking it, which was this one that I'm hovering on, right?
Yep.
I think I'm gonna get closer to it and try to launch lightning lore at it. It will get it closer away from you guys, which is kind of what Azalea wants to do. But she does have to move, I think. Yeah.
You don't have to move right up to it, right? It just pulls 10 feet?
If I have to be within 15 feet.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move 2
So right there,
squares.
you can actually go.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna cast lightning lore.
On the middle one?
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. It automatically does the damage, right? And it's just a DC 13 to avoid being pulled. Actually, I can look at that myself. And then take the damage. Strength. That's going to be sad. Yeah. These things have no strength.
Oh, good.
So it'll take the damage, which you did.
It did 4 lightning damage.
So, you hit it with the lightning lure. The bolt comes down, grabs it, and as you go to pull, instead of it pulling closer, it just squeals and screams like that angry tea kettle noise and just kind of goes and disappears. But as it goes, it explodes like the other one. So, actually, it pulls first before it takes the damage. So you would have moved it closer to you, and it pops. So you're the only one that it's actually going to get.
Mm-hmm.
For a total of, oops, didn't mean to, 7 points of fire damage.
7.
All right, guys. Azalea's not doing anything else. She's taking out 2.
Oh god.
7 points.
She's gonna go hang out with the bag with Boardley in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You must be low.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, you guys are only what, level 4? So that makes
3?
sense.
I'm a 3.
Or 3, that's right. You're only 3. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a 3 too, right?
Mhm.
Am
Yeah,
I?
we're all the same.
Yeah. We're all
Oh
same
no,
level.
I'm low as well. I'll join you with Boardly.
And that's it for them. And that's it for Azalea. You still have movement left if you need to take it.
I think I would move back, like away from everything happening, just kind of back where I was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm done now.
I don't think you guys have to worry. You have like literally the best healing cleric in the entire game as a friend.
It's
Oh, I
true.
don't want people not do healing clerics. It's what they do.
No, they in 5th edition you don't really like all clerics generally have the ability to heal. Like even the ones that are beefy like fighter types, they have the ability to heal. It's just the type of cleric that you made excels at healing. Like eventually I don't know if you have it yet, but eventually you get an ability where if they're just standing within a certain range of you, every turn they heal.
I don't know if I have Twilight Domain. I have Peace Domain.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's called Balm of Peace.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that is coming up.
Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. Hi, you're just standing next to me. You feel better.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, as healers go, you're it.
Yeah, it'll be like a one-action cantrip. Okay, cool.
So
Continue.
Ileana,
Yeah.
you're up.
Get a girl.
Okay.
Are you just attacking the one in front of you?
Yes, I will. Yeah.
Okay.
Or what was the damage on the other one?
On which other one? So you're gonna do
Sorry, the
your
one next to
rapier.
Charlotte?
You can do either one. Oh, I don't think that one was super hurt.
No, I haven't targeted that one yet.
Yeah, the
Oh,
one in
okay.
front of
I'll
you
do
is
the
very
one
damaged.
in front of me. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, I'll go for that one.
Yep.
I'm gonna take my rapier. Ileana's gonna take her rapier.
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll. I got a 16,
that hits.
and damage is a 5.
That's enough.
Nice.
Yay!
Again, you slash through it, and as you slash through it, it begins to swirl around and dissipate and explode.
Oh, poo! I'm like in range. No!
Which it'll actually hit all 3 of you.
We're all
I'm
in
so
line.
sorry. At what cost?
That's okay. None of you knew what these things were, like what they really could do.
I should have backed off, huh?
So all 3 of you are going to take 3 points of fire damage.
Oh God, I'm
Actually,
not good.
you have to give me, and you need to do this too. I forgot to make you do it. Caitlin, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
All of us?
Yeah, everyone gets it. Yep.
Oh, we all get it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got a D4 again, Liz.
Oh yeah, I got a 12. Do I roll?
Roll a 4-sided dice as well.
Okay.
I think a 10 passes anyway, but just
Yep.
yeah.
10 passes. If you
What about-
pass, you take no damage. So if you passed it, Caitlin, you can give yourself that 7 back.
Oh yeah, I did. I got a 12.
Yep. So you can give yourself that 7 back. You're feeling a lot better.
Lovely. Great. I was so worried.
That was my bad, but it's gone.
Yep.
That one's toast.
Do I still keep mine at the thing it's at? The number it's at?
What was it? Did you get a 10?
No.
I got a 12, but I didn't roll the...
No, you don't
Yeah,
need to.
you're
You're
fine.
at 12. You're fine. Which
Okay.
which means Lady
Oh,
Cardia,
no.
you'll take the 3. 3 fire damage. Now, here's the wonderful thing. Since you dual wield, you can move at any point in time within your turn. So you still have the ability to take that 5-foot step in front of Charlotte, and you can
Yeah.
attack with your short sword. You can attack the second one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it, because I don't think I'll kill it, so it shouldn't, like, explode on me.
So,
But
you're
I wanna
like
just-
this swashbuckler. So,
Yeah.
think how like Cat and Jack Sparrow would fight. You know, you're kind of like
Exactly.
doing that, you know, flare and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So move your character in front of just right in front of Charlotte. Yeah, right there.
Oh, I keep forgetting to do it. Sorry. Okay.
There you go. And now you can attack
like,
with your short sword.
Yay! Stabby.
It's with
Yeah,
flair.
Stubby.
There's so much
Yeah.
flair.
She got like the drunk rum wrist. No, I'm just kidding.
You
So
can.
it's the 6.
6 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That will miss.
Bugger.
That will definitely miss.
Ah, she had so much good intention.
But at least it looked good.
Yeah.
Doing
yeah.
your like spinny moves, twirling around
Well,
Charlotte.
Finger.
Kind of like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, you can dual wield. Can you
Check
dance
me
while
out,
you do
hon.
it?
Yeah. Can you do
Yes.
a flipping catch from
I
in
know, I know the answer to that.
That's my whole thing.
So, well, you're a blade singer, not a blade dancer.
She's gonna
Duh.
pretend she's still special.
So
But secretly
it's
learning from Charlotte. I'm like, okay, what you do.
so Lady Cardia, you're up. You got a little singed around the feathers.
Yeah, but I'm not as sweet as Ileana. So, I am. What is my boop a doop? I got touch you. I'm like, come back here, and I just go after you again. And I
Oh,
give you a little pat, and I help to cure your wounds.
Ooh.
thank you.
No, holy shit.
Awesome.
Yeah, Max. Boom. There you
Did
go.
do it?
Yeah,
Are they full health?
yeah. You how you heal 10 back, so
13 actually, because
Yeah.
spell modifier.
that's right.
13? Yeah, but full. Thank you.
All right, I gotcha. I gotcha. And,
Lady Cardia is amazing at making other people feel better.
Yeah. I was not good, but now I'm great.
Aw.
that's it.
Is there anything else you would like to do, Lady Cardia?
Nope. Hang out.
All right. So, next, the steam method. Cackling, it still reaches out and tries to... Actually, I need to see... No, it won't be able to come back. So it's going to reach out and try and touch someone. And in this case, it's going to be Charlotte. Because the sad wannabe pirate completely missed it.
Make a wisdom save though.
Yeah, I know. Because it may actually
Okay.
have to attack. Yeah, it like cackles at you first, goes to swipe at Charlotte, thinks better of it, and decides to attack you instead. So it swipes over at Ileana,
Ah,
and a 7 does not hit you, so it misses entirely, swinging wild and just that whistling hiss as its claw passes right by your face.
take that, you dirty bugger.
So is Volpini. What is Volpini going to season them with this time? Grab some like
This time it's the Volpini special. It's the piss bomb.
nice.
She's flying by and just sprinkling a little bit of Strixhaven's wee
Okay,
onto it.
nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did
Like
too.
putting out a fire. It hisses as it goes as it
She's a
passes through the
firefighter?
method.
She can't have fighters.
That's right.
And then following that, it is Charlotte's go.
It
so
is.
She is going to hit it with the Shadow Blade. Alrighty. That's a nat 1, but I rolled a 16 on the other one.
I wonder if you could bottle Stragopex's Wii and sell it like at the school. It'd be like some kind of niche market thing, because I hear that's a thing.
Like bathwater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No?
or farts in a jar.
Yeah. Strixhaven's farts in a jar. At
There you go.
Strixhaven, the one and only.
It takes 13 points of psychic damage.
Youch.
Whew.
And then I'm guessing it's not dead.
It
So
is not
she's gonna-
dead.
She's going to offhand attack it with Felio Fenley. That's a 21.
That'll definitely hit.
Yeah.
And that is 6.
It is still there. Nearly gone, but still there.
No kills for Charlotte today.
And it's now Azalea's turn.
I think everyone knows what Azalea's about to do.
Oh,
I think everyone knows. Oz is like, all right.
Are you
I've
going
taken
to
so much-
literally go out with a bang on this one?
Yes. I've taken so much damage. My friends have been taking damage. I'm just going for it. She doesn't even need to, like, you guys feel the energy. You guys just know what she's gonna do. It looks like it was lightning damage from the Chaos Bolt. As
Ooh.
always, Azalea going out with that charge, and it hit for a total damage of 12.
Now,
Does an 8 hit though?
Did you roll an 8 to hit?
Oh, yes, thank you, Sammy. For
Oh, no. You just miss it. However, the lightning shatters several tiles off the wall behind it as they like just go spraying in, like this, broken porcelain goes in every direction. You're like, we can fix that.
It's fine. Put it on my tab.
This is fine.
Come on.
But yeah, that was everything Oz was gonna do this turn.
This puts it down to Ileana.
Yeah.
Finish it.
Do it.
This is appropriate.
I'm so excited. I hope I don't bugger this up. Okay. She's
Just
gonna...
roll and die.
Yeah, I'll go in with the rapier again. 13.
That hits. Don't bother rolling.
Okay.
What you need to do now, though, is since this is absolutely like, this is perfect because this is your first kill in the game, like your first narrated kill. So when we kind of adopted that whole critical role thing where you get to describe the ending blow of a fight.
Yeah.
And in this
Yeah.
case, finish it for us.
Okay.
It's all you. Describe it.
Okay. Ileana sort of widens her stance and she goes in with... She's quite, roguish and sort of, she has to put a little bit of style in things. So she actually stands sideward on. She draws her rapier in front of her and then flips it down to the side and then leans forward like Naruto. And then she runs towards it and slashes it in half.
Love
Very
it. I
appropriate.
Love it.
So the blade passes through the mephit, pulling with it streams of the steam, almost like you were pulling taffy with the blade, and it just kind of like dissipates in a little bit of a pop. And I still need everyone to actually give me I need you and Charlotte to give me a dexterity saving throw. As it gives you its parting gift.
Me as
14.
well?
Yep.
Dexterity. Okay. 13.
Nice.
And what'd you get, Charlotte?
14.
All right. The steam does not hit either one of you. And once this method is gone, the whistling sound that came with them seems to disappear as well. And the steam that was rising chaotically from the cauldrons behind you also now settles down as the liquid inside settles down to a very low boil once again. And quiet seems to return to the kitchen. And all that you can hear from this point on is the crowd outside talking rather rapidly and clearly in a disturbed fashion. And I think the only person that saw the body was Azalea.
Azalea, yeah.
Yeah.
So you saw Rabina laying there on the other side of that counter.
I think at this point, as long as the coast is clear, like physically, and like there's no more harm in sight, I think Azalea would yell to the group We have a situation over here, and hope the urgency within her voice can portray that we need to move
No
somewhere
need
else.
to actually move your tokens, by the way. We can
Yeah.
come out of combat. This just can return to a narrative.
Yeah.
It's
So
cool.
yeah, are you like telling us about the body?
I would kind of just be, I think, overwhelmed with trying to articulate what I saw, because I obviously don't know if this person's alive, if they're dead, what's the situation. So I think Azalea is just kind of frantically saying, we have something, come over here, please, like trying to gesture and hope everyone figures it out. We
Cordelia
don't know.
would go over, and upon seeing like a body on the ground, she would just immediately, without thinking, she keeps doing this to people, and sometimes it's bad. She'd fly over to the body and see if I could maybe do maybe a medicine check, see what's
It would be a
happening.
medicine check, yes.
Very cool. And then I hit myself in the face, and I'm like, how can I do that? So I can have a D4 with my 4, so 14.
Like,
Nice.
duh, what was I thinking?
How can I roll so low? Now it's 14.
Yes, she is alive and just unconscious.
Okay, I tell the group and kind of look toward everybody, and I'm like, should we ask for help? Should we
Well,
bring
you've got
her
all the, you've got all
there?
the help we need. We've,
outside?
we've got you.
We don't want to make it worse.
You guys think I could do it? I haven't.
Yeah, just
You've definitely got this.
course
You've
you
helped
can,
me
Cardia.
back there.
I just
Cardia,
haven't.
how can we help you so you can do this?
Just having you guys believe in me helps a lot. You guys just, I mean, we just met our new friend here. Maybe one day, I don't know, maybe I don't know, tell you about it, but I get really nervous about, I get so nervous about healing people who, especially that I don't know sometimes, I just don't really want to do anything wrong, you guys, you know what I mean?
I believe in you.
We know what you
So,
mean.
Riley,
I'm Riley.
what is your passive perception? Or rather, Lady Cardia's passive perception.
Riley's passive perception's like a 5. My passive perception is a 13.
While you were down there tending to Miss Lockingdale, you're basically working right next to one of the cauldrons. You notice that the one right next to you, at the very least, you haven't had a chance to examine any of the other ones, was covered in this black, oily substance.
Fuck, not that again.
The substance is back.
How long does detect magic last, and is it concentration?
It is, so I would have to fire it up again.
Okay.
But I would have detected it when I done it initially if there was any magic.
Which you did, and I did say that, that it came from the 4 cauldrons.
There wasn't. So where was the Ica found?
It was covering the cauldron that Lady Cardia was standing next to.
That this body's by.
Okay. But it's not on the other. Can I quickly check the other 3?
Well, you'd have to, obviously, because that was just based on her passive. So yes, you can. You don't. You can give me. It's an active perception check at this point.
Okay. Well, can I? I'm getting hands on. I'm getting close up, looking and investigating.
Yeah, you can do an
roll that?
investigation check. Sure.
Charlotte's better at that. 13.
Yes, all 4 cauldrons are covered with the same oily substance, and you're pretty sure it's the same stuff that you guys have encountered multiple times before.
Damn.
It's the same black liquor, guys. When I first entered the room, I detected a magical essence over there. This is probably what it was. Someone keeps sabotaging the things in the school,
Yeah.
and it's bringing them to life in some way. Maybe Rabina will know what it is when she wakes up. Did you heal her, Cardia?
I was just gonna ask, do I need to do anything to heal her?
Well, she's already stabilized, but she would be at 0 hit points, so she's unconscious. So you need to at least bring her up to 1 hit point, which you can do with a medicine check. But if you want to fully heal her, you could just cast, like...
I'll just do it for wounds.
Yeah.
Well, it's my last spell slot, so
Nice.
that's fine.
That's
And full
yeah.
plus,
Boom.
actually, 15 was plus 3, 14. I know how to do math.
Yeah, she like kind of like she wakes with a start. Like you cast the spell, the healing energy and light fades into her body, and she just wakes up with a jump. And she like it looks like she at first she tries to kind of like back away from you, like she's backing away from something that terrified her. And then she, kind of shakes off, looks around like, "What's going on? What happened?"
Okay.
The steam, it came to life and tried to kill me.
Yeah, but see, okay, so it's gone, first of all, and like we're all good people and we got rid of it. So it's okay, you're okay, you're okay.
Kadia?
Yeah. Do you remember me?
Yes, you're friends with Fenris.
Well, I guess yeah, not
Wait,
as
Cardia, we
what?
don't know. We don't know if she's working with the people who are looking for Fenris. Let's be careful with what we're seeing.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? Working with who?
Alwith Erlin, you know her?
I know her as that, yes, but she told me not to call her that.
Yes. Do you have anything to do with the people that are looking for her?
I don't know that anyone is looking for her. As far as I know, she was supposed to be here. She had a letter. She made it to the school. Why would I think that her family didn't send her like mine did?
I'm gonna roll an insight check. If
Okay.
anyone else wants to join me.
Pat you on the back so you have some help if you need it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's terrible. Although I still have emboldened
Unreadable.
bond up as well.
At
Where
a
did I-
7,
I
it's
got-
unreadable, but you can.
I got 2 d4s. 11.
11.
From your standpoint, you don't think she's being disingenuous.
Cardia looks at Charlotte for reassurance of further action.
I can trust you for now. How do we know you didn't have anything to do with this?
I have no explanation. This is
What are you doing back
my
here anyway?
after school job. I just work here. I was helping cook, and the cauldrons came to life, all on their own. And those evil things came out of the steam and attacked.
We've seen things like that before. I don't know if you know, but on the first day, a chest came to life, and on the same day, 4 frogs started to attack us as well.
I heard about the chest, but I didn't hear anything about the frogs.
I
You don't
have
know-
an insight. Can I do an insight check?
You can do an
Just
insight.
Yeah.
to see? Because I have a thing on that. A little. Okay, I want to do that. Yeah. Ileana's sort of walks closer, untrustingly, sort of squinting and stroking her non-existent beard, and she's like, So she's gonna.
What'd you get?
I got 23.
Oh,
You believe her. You don't even think this girl has the ability to lie.
Oh,
Okay.
snap.
Fair enough. Well, she doesn't seem shady at all, I suppose. She accepts her genuineness.
Yeah, you're
and
getting a
she-
strong sense of naivety.
Yeah. Yeah. So she crouches down and just offers further support to Lady Cardia and the rest of the gang. If there's anything she can do.
Okay.
Lady would just kind of reach a little feather out and ask if she could just help her up and if she needs anything or can tell us anything she saw.
She'll take your feather and get to her feet, dusting off looks like porridge and gravy, like that must have spilled all over her from the cauldrons. I honestly don't know what happened. When I got here, dinner's service had already been started, and I was thrown on vegetables. And she gestures to the counter next to her, where you can see scattered half-chopped vegetables and piles of chopped vegetables and things like that. Knives and things just scattered everywhere. And then, all of a sudden, the cauldrons whistled and hissed to life, and something attacked me from behind. I remember fighting it and trying to pull it off of me, but I ended up slamming into the wall, and, well, then I woke up and saw you.
Well, maybe your manager's seen somebody's maybe been back here tampering with the cauldrons.
I don't know.
It's strange. You should be okay though. Just take it easy for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
The
Ileana's,
no, go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
I
go
said
ahead.
Ileana's wondering if it has anything to do with the cheese incident, but she doesn't quite know whether to actually voice it to the rest of the group yet. She's just again stroking imaginary beard.
All right. So yeah, when you finish it, you know, you like help each other up, brush each other off, and Chef Curdy ends up coming back and comes into the kitchen. You see the kitchen door just kind of like opens a little bit. And you see the dwarven face of Curdy Axe Chucker just peeking in through the door. I didn't name her. This is a full-on Strixhaven encounter, FYI.
Axe Chucker.
And is the threat done?
It is. It
What
is.
in blazes was going on in my kitchen?
It
She
seems
fully steps in.
It seems somebody's been tampering with your cauldrons, and she takes a sample of this black ichor and shows it to her. We've seen this
No.
throughout Strixhaven.
She kind of spits past your hand when she sees it.
Yeah. If you've heard of what happened on the first day, we found the same ichor there, both on the chest that came alive in the biblioplex and the
I've
frogs
heard
that
no
started
such thing.
No such thing as what?
I've heard nothing. I keep to myself. This is my kitchen. I only work here.
Has anybody been in here that shouldn't have been recently?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Because Rubina here said she works for you, but she has no recollection of what may have happened.
Well, why would
And
she?
we believe-
She only comes when I'm here. When I work, she works. That's no ingredient of mine.
I didn't believe it was.
And she kind of like pushes past you, goes over like to the cauldron and like rubs her fingers on the outside of the cauldron. She's like, oh, would have to scrub the whole kitchen down. Rubina, stop laying around. Grab a cloth. We've got a lot of work to do. Yes, mum. And she kind of goes over, like, looks around frantically to find a clean cloth, grabs the cleanest one that she can. Here, for your troubles. And she pulls out some bottles of potion bottles from under one of the counters. Normally I save these for when customers, well, they don't agree with my cooking. But in this case, part of it for you. She hands over each one of you a potion of healing.
Aw.
Nice. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much trouble. This kitchen is closed for the day. Damn it. She heads out the other door. You can hear her yelling and making the announcement that they, you know, until further notice, the kitchen and the tavern are closed. Pending some renovations.
Indeed.
Why, did something happen in the kitchen today?
There's a storm, I think.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
was there an explosion? Or...
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Somebody like seriously burned some tiles off of off of one of the walls.
Yeah, I can't believe those little steam creatures would burn the tiles like that.
So crazy,
Crazy.
right?
Mm.
So she then would come back in and she shoos you all out of the kitchen, and it's just her and Rubina left. But you have a sample of the ichor coming with you,
Okay.
so you actually have some something to examine. But this, because of time constraints, and it is 5:05 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, we are going to have to leave it here, everybody. Let me just stop this music so we don't have that drowning anybody out. And this is a perfect time to actually stop, because we just finished a combat. So, let me stop the Sirenscape. You, be quiet, you. Silence, I say. So, before we go, what did you think, Lizzie?
Yeah, super fun.
Does this mean we can expect you to come back and play with us more?
If you'll have me.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, I loved it.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for having me as well. A lot of
And
fun.
everyone else out there in the audience, give Lizzie a round of applause, because she was amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. Also, Lizzie, send Aislinn information, like your link, like where you want. So when we do a nice shout out, we want to be able to give everybody shout outs. And
Okay, cool.
and she'll add it to the command.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
And so, like, before we go, I wanted to say thank you guys again. I'm glad that we're back. I'm sad that we have to leave some people behind, but I'm glad that we brought on board another awesome player. So this is amazing. And as usual, well played, all of you. I love the role playing that goes on in this group. And but before we go, I want everyone to give yourselves a shout out and tell everyone where they can find you and all of the other awesome content that you guys create and are a part of. So we'll start with Azalea, because you're on my left.
Yeah, so I am Caitlin. I make ASMR content on here on Twitch and as well on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch at Miss Caitlin, and you can find me on YouTube at ASMR Kitten.
Yes, you can. Lady Cardia, Riley, please take it away.
Camera just died, so I just look so.
We can still hear you, though.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go black in a second, and that's okay. I'm just so beautiful. Hi, I'm Riley Rose. Very again happy to be here. Just looking pleased as punch, looking at Sammy like I'm proud of him. Hi, I mostly work on Twitch, but I've been moving into the YouTube and TikTok realm. There I go. But I am
You're in the
a
shadow realm now.
streamer in the shadow realm. I have been cast out. And I do a lot of fun role play things, as well as a lot of fun costumes and a lot of like twin talking to myself streams. So if you want to follow a streamer where you never know what's going to happen, that's a good place to be.
Can confirm. Definitely confirm that.
Nice.
Charlotte, take it away, dear.
Hello. I am Sammy, also known as Sammy ASMR. You can find me on YouTube. I do ASMR content on there. And I also have a ASMR podcast where I sit down and talk to other ASMR creators. That's the Wiretap Whisper podcast. You can find that on Spotify and all other major podcasting platforms. And I'm also on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok as well. So go check me out, please. Thank you.
All right. And last but certainly not least, our newest player playing Ileana, Lizzie. Take it away. Tell us
Hello,
where we can find you.
everyone. So you guys can find me on YouTube at Lizzie Lestrange ASMR. I'm on Instagram at Lizzie Lestrange, and sadly on Twitter I'm Lizard Lestrange, because I'll say it again, someone stole my name. So So yeah, I do ASMR and cosplay, a bunch of creative stuff, and I make costumes and props and things. So yeah, that's
So
pretty
you
much
make all of that stuff yourself?
most of it. Yeah.
It's amazing. That's amazing
Thank
because you can
you.
see, you guys can see it. Go check out her channel. You can see all the costumes that she makes. They're pretty damn amazing. And if you're an ASMR fan, you're going to be a fan of all of these people. So so make sure you check all of them out. And thank you guys again for coming and hanging out with us and playing. I can't wait for next week because then we get to introduce everybody to the household and
Yeah,
and
oh my god.
maybe actually do some schoolwork.
Oh no.
So yeah, guys, it's awesome. And yeah, I have to give myself a shout out. I'm Matt. I am Role Positive Gaming. I run D&D for some amazing people. My two main games are Friday nights, which are the Pirates of the Glass Sea. That's from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Saturdays is my Strixhaven game, the Curriculum of Chaos, which follows the Strixhaven line, but there's a lot more character development in it than there is book storyline. So yeah, that's, you just attended it. That's from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday. So guys, we'll see you next week. I want to thank you all for coming out, supporting the channel, and just being here, showing us some love. And I know, Riley, you gotta bail, so we're just gonna cut the stream, and I'm gonna bid you all a fine and fond farewell. You all have yourself a wonderful day.